bang to a king magic, Aladdin, Aladdin, Aladdin. Bada ding, bada ding, bada ding, bada ding, hit the birthday scene. Booty is soft, had to knock it off, had to knock it off. Shorty show me love, shorty show me love. Few minerals, nigga, we made off. Wanna hustle till the shit pays off. Fuck with the cost, be do for the cost. Fuck with the cost, not rigged, but I'm boss. Acting all slick, but there ain't the sauce. Ain't no such thing, nigga. Head him under my wing, nigga. From my back to a king, nigga. Is the Amazon Aztec ting, nigga. From my back to a king, magic, Aladdin, Aladdin, Aladdin. Bada ding, bada ding, bada ding, bada ding.
Yo, what's happening? Yo, this is the Street Exchange. You know what I'm saying? We about to get down to it. You know what I'm saying? About to get into all of this, what we about to talk about to call overseas, speak to ShortLord from the Naga in Germany. You know what I'm saying? That's one of my boys over there. Used to live over there. So we got a lot to talk about today. You know what I'm saying? The title of the day's program is called Culture Vultures and German Rap Music. So let me give my man a call and find out what it is. You know what I'm saying? So we can start talking right about now. You know what I'm saying? All right. It's ringing. Yeah. All y'all should be subscribing. Yo, what's up? Shorty, you there?
Yeah, what's good?
Yeah, what's happening, man? You know it's me, IQ. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Whoever,
Yeah,
you know what I'm
what's up,
saying?
bro?
All right, but the point is, it's like, you know what I'm saying, the Street Exchange, you know about the program. We brand new. You on the scene. This is our, our first
No doubt,
actual
bro.
show.
Second show, man. It's the second show, brand new, right at the beginning.
Yeah.
Definitely nice to be up on the show, you know. I'm give you my point of view. You know, we've been kicking it for some time, so let's go in, bro.
Yeah,
Let's
so
talk about it, you know.
so you know what I mean? You live in Germany, right? You live in you know what I'm saying? What part of Germany you living in? That's, let the people know.
Yeah, I'm out here in Hamburg, Germany. That's the northern part of Germany, actually. And yeah, man, just out here busy doing my thing.
Yes.
Been in the music business for some time, definitely.
Yes.
For decades now. We've been kicking it for like 20 years and plus. And yeah, I'm still active actually. Still in my platform, still producing music. Got an album. Actually, I dropped the album last year.
Yeah.
Hustle Hard.
Well, we know you got more than one album, though. You got a bunch of albums. You know what I mean? You've been in the game for a long time. You know what I mean? So tell them you got a show, you got a clothing line. You know what I'm saying, and all that, right?
Yeah, I mean it's a full blown hustle. You know, that's just kind of like what I do. You know, nowadays you got to definitely find alternatives. Of course, you know, music, the record sales, it's not like before. It's different nowadays. So you definitely got to build your own platform, and that's what I'm doing right now. So yeah, I got a clothing line called Naga Apparel, and I got a TV show called Woodland 360. So pretty much Naga Apparel is the foundation pretty much, you know what I mean? And then you got like site genres like Woodland 360 as a TV show.
Yeah.
Where I invite upcoming ex-artists and known artists, and we just record them. We have a little interview going on with them.
Yeah.
And it's like a live thing, live on the TV. It's getting broadcasted every week over here in Hamburg. So yeah, man, I just question. Like I said, Naga is a clothing thing. And I got a couple other things going on as well. But yeah, main focus is entertainment, music. And of course, yeah, I got the Naga Jam popping as well. Naga Jam is that's for events, you know, like live events, live shows. Same thing like Woodland 360, but
yeah,
it's just a DJ, a microphone, and you know some hot chicks. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel you.
Yeah.
So what you saying? So what you saying? You official hustler. You the one that came up with that term hustle hard, right? Hustle harder or something like that.
Yeah, hustle hard was like one. It's also a part of my Naga thing, my Naga clothing thing. So I just had a collection called Hustle Hard, and my album also called Hustle Hard, and I did a single called Hustle Hard because that's what I really identified with over the last years. You just been grinding and hustling and trying to stay alive and
Word.
get ahead.
Right.
get
Well,
ahead of the game. Cause end of the day, when you really think about it, the reason why I hustle so hard and build my platform is because it's never been given to us or never been given to me. You see what I'm saying?
yeah,
It's
indeed.
like they don't really book motherfuckers out here unless you're out there with the big boys and stuff. So, you know, I had to figure out how to get my shows popping, so I created my own shows.
Right.
And same with you know, with a couple other things. You know, like I
Right.
started to learn to produce, because people wasn't really giving up the beats like that, or if they was giving up the beats, then you had to go run behind them and all kinds of stuff. So I just, at one point I started, you know, I got myself some equipment. Actually, I started with Atari and a sampler. That's how I make my first beats, and then gradually I just changed over and got myself a PC, and I just continued doing beats. So I'm pretty good at it now.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Well,
like
all right.
the last
Well,
album, like I said, you definitely,
all right. Well,
you
that
definitely
sounds
check it
good.
out. It's on,
That sounds like what it is. So,
yeah,
yo,
that's
let's
it.
get
It's just a little, you know, a little preview of what I'm doing.
yeah. Well, let's get down to the conversation about it stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, your father's American, right?
Yeah, my father was stationed here in Frankfurt, Army base. That's how the hip hop actually came to Germany. But we're gonna talk about that. And my mother was also stationed there. She was in the French army. She's from French Guyana, South America. So, and I grew up here, so you know I got everything in me.
Okay.
Yeah, man. And,
Okay. So that means, you know,
since a
you grew
young
up.
boy, the music, I was surrounded by a lot of music, because you know the army station was there. So
Yeah.
he definitely had a lot of influence on me, on my upbringing, say it like this, you know.
Yeah. All right. So on that tip, you know what I'm saying? So you basically, you know what I'm saying, know the American lifestyle and everything, because you basically grew up on the army base type of areas, right?
Oh yeah, definitely over there. We even had a few African brothers also in the army and stuff, so it was like a melting pot, you know,
Yeah.
where all kinds of energies met. And yeah, it was definitely real back then.
Mm-hmm. All
It was
right.
good things and bad things, but it was definitely real. And yeah, we grew up with respect, you know.
Right.
And yeah, they had the MPs over there, military police. Me, back then, I ain't never saw German police. To be honest with you, it was just pure MPs, military policemen, and they had, you know, they had their own schools and they had their own everything. So it was like, it was thick. And there was a lot of black people there back in the days, you know. Like, people
Okay.
even really, they never had the YouTube to capture the moment, but back then, like down south, Frankfurt, and all the places, like where the army base was, like a lot of black people there. And a lot of culture as well, you know.
Oh, okay. A
So
lot of
when you
American
think about it,
culture.
all the
That's what
good
you're
stuff, I
saying.
mean,
A lot of black
yeah,
American
definitely. There's
culture.
a lot of American culture. Black American culture mixed with some Caribbean stuff as well.
So that was in Frankfurt.
And yeah, when you think about it, even Snap and all these guys came out of there, you know. Think about it, I Got the Power, this guy Snap.
Yeah, that's Turbo B,
Bonnie
right?
M and all of them. Yeah, Turbo B, exactly. So
Yeah. Okay.
I even knew him back then. I was a little dude, but I knew him. I saw him.
Alright.
He also did a couple hip hop jams in Frankfurt and stuff with Asiatic Warriors and all them dudes, like a long time ago. Yeah, man. So
okay, so that's a
and
bit
then
about your
when
history and
I
stuff.
was like 17. When I was like 17, I met a shorty down in the club. It was like an army club called the Woodland. That's the reason I also call my TV show Woodland 360, because that's where the juice was, you know, that's where the power was, where the magic was, you know. It's very intense, very intense. And people came over there from all over the place, from Belgium, Holland, Hamburg, and that's how I met a chick over there in the club anyway. And she was from Hamburg, and she actually gave me the 90, you know what I'm saying, like it's supposed to be, and she introduced me to Hamburg, so I took a trip to Hamburg, and I was kind of amazed with what's going on here, because the hip-hop over here was raw. It was not American-like, but it was raw hip-hop, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And down south, down Frankfurt, the energy was definitely different and tight, but
yeah, it was more like a party type of, more like a party vibe, right?
Not really party vibe. It's a freaky party gangster vibe. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah,
like something like that.
Yeah.
But when it comes to the hustle, even when I was young, I was always eager trying to find something to do, something to get. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And down in Frankfurt, like I said, there was really no opportunities back in the days. You know, and when I came to Hamburg, and I just noticed, like, hold on, there's a whole lot of stuff going on here. Record companies here, this is there, and studios is there, and you know, it's different.
Yeah, but when you
And
came to Hamburg, I got a question though. So when you came to Hamburg, this is what I'm trying to get at, right? I'm trying to get at, like when you came to Hamburg, you know what I'm saying? You say it was a whole different scene, because you know that's where we, you know, where we kind of like cross paths and stuff like that, you know. So you know, like your experience and stuff like that with hip hop was more like.
I got hooked up. I got hooked up with Too Rough. You know what I mean? That's how I actually got into it. You know, Too Rough. Cause the chick I was dealing with, she was tied to Gizmo with licking it all up.
Yeah, I remember them.
You know what I'm saying? And Too Rough was a group that, you know, that was popping back then over in Hamburg. It's also black people, you know, that also had a major deal at one point. Yeah, I was hanging out with them dudes. They introduced me to the city. And we just took the city by storm because we had the swag. You know,
well, actually, let me correct you. I don't think that was a major deal. That was a record label from this dude that I think it was called. They had the Bassism. It was the name of the album, right?
Society. I think
Soul Society, right? Soul Society.
Yeah, but nah. I mean, they got signed with a major afterwards. You know, like 2 years later or like a year later or something like that. They were signed to. Polydor at one point.
Yeah, but they first independently was on that. Yeah, they was on Soul Society.
First they did that Soul Society shit, and then they went and signed with Polydor. And that was actually my first release, you know, because they put me on the B side on that joint. And then I remember I put me on the B side. Came to Hamburg. I went back. I came back again, and then when I came back, they had the CDs pressed. So I went back. I went back to Frankfurt all happy and shit, all proud. Like, look, I'm on the CD, red. That's how kind of like how my journey started it. But to be honest with you, I was dancing to house music before I really got into the rap shit, you know, because in the army clubs there was like dudes was battling, you know, one versus one against another, like kind of like breakdance, but just on the house tip, you know, the Chicago house, the Detroit house. That I was actually doing that, and my attention when I came to Hamburg, I thought I would have been dope dancing and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
So what year was that? When you came to Hamburg?
I was like 90. I came to Hamburg first time, I think 95.
All right, okay.
And then we was killing the clubs down there in Frankfurt. You know.
All right. Well, you know what?
He was doing. He was like every weekend he was out there in the clubs and he was killing it, like, you know.
Yeah.
Battling. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
And that's how I got my pussy too, like, you know, pussy was loving it, that was loving it, and that's how I got my things going on, you know what I mean?
All right, so all in all.
But yeah, that's how I got into the music actually, you know, it's like through the influence of the army bags, and then of course the house waves and the clubs and stuff, because it was very intense, and then, you know, of course, the rap shit was big, MTV Raps was out back then, you know, so the influence was heavy on everybody, you know what I mean?
Yeah. All right. So basically that's a little bit of your history at the beginning when you first got there. You know what I'm saying? When you came from Frankfurt and you went up north. You know what I'm saying? So my main thing is like, you know what I'm saying? A lot of this had to do with also our with both of our path crossing and stuff like that, because when I lived there, I came to Germany in 1989. You know what I mean? And so before I met you, when I came to Hamburg in 1989, you know what I'm saying? You know, matter of fact, that was in, you know, right after the wall came down, in September, that's when the wall came down. But I came over there in December in 1989. I came over there for a minute. And then I went back to the U.S. and packed up my stuff and went back there. And then in 90 and stuff like that. But the main thing is like, my main goal is like, while we talking about this thing, because it's the culture, we're talking about the culture vultures in Germany. It's about the whole rap scene, how it was popping, how it came out to be and stuff like that, and how all the players got together to meet each other and stuff like that. So my thing is, like, as I explained to, you know, go ahead.
I mean, you gotta keep it 100 for sure, cause when you talk about German hip hop, you know,
Well, there ain't no
now,
German hip hop.
and I mean, like I said, I ain't say it's hip hop, but you know they call it German hip hop. But let's just run with that real quick.
No. I'm not gonna run with that because there's no such thing as German hip hop. It's called hip hop. It's German rap.
No, I know it's hip hop in the German language, but let me just get my point across on that level there. Yeah, you know the German hip hop thing is big right now. You know, it definitely it's been around for quite some time. It came here probably, like I said, like early 90s, late 80s, and stuff like that. It came, but also Yo MTV Raps had a lot to do with that as well. But when you really think about who brought it here, was really the army barracks. You know, like the soldiers that were stationed here, they brought it back. They brought it all in because they had all the records that came out in America. Everything that came out in America is what they had. And the club scene was super huge. You know, like I said, that was huge influence on the whole region over there. So
well,
they definitely.
Come from my experience.
They brought the hip hop into Germany, and before it was even so-called German hip hop, everything was this American rap. You know, it was English spoken hip hop.
Well, from my experience, Shorty, let me stop you there. From my experience, it was two sections in Germany. There was the rap music that was coming out of the army bases in the South, and then there was the North. And in the North, there was nothing going on. Nothing really going on. It was only on the army bases.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. And that's what all them dudes like Tuba B came out, you know, snapping all them dudes, you know. Like, you had a few army dudes that left the army, stayed there, and then they went into production mode. And also when you think about this guy who did Milli Vanilli and stuff, right? Also, he went to the army barracks and got his juice from there, you know. And
yeah, but that's more like a commercial type of rap. What I'm trying to get into is like, yeah, it did come from the army bases. You know what I'm saying? The American influence and American style, all that came from the army bases. But I'm talking about the homegrown. I'm talking about the homegrown stuff that was made in Germany. I'm talking about that was coming from also the North and the South. You know what I'm saying? From my experience, from coming here.
Back in the days, down south, you had, you know, the only thing you really had was the Asiatic warriors, you know, that I knew of. And then you had Woodland project, you know. I don't even know how you call this guy. I think Moses P, right?
Yeah, I ran into them. You know what I'm saying? Out on tour way back.
Doing that thing. But to be honest with you, I got caught on the German wave late, cause you know, for us it didn't really existed that, you know, it's not even.
Yeah, because it wasn't popping. German, listen to what I'm saying. Like, from my experience.
Back then it was definitely not popping. It was definitely super underground. You see what I'm saying?
It wasn't even. This is what I'm trying to tell you, Shorty. Listen, what I'm saying to you is that it was America. There was two things going on simultaneously in Germany. There was the American bass, you know what I'm saying, rap and hip hop stuff that was coming over from America that was only on the army bases. When it came to rap itself in Germany and stuff like that, there probably was some underground groups that was imitating Americans, but there was no serious rap going on, as far as I understand.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, all the shit that you heard, all the stuff that came over was from America, you know, like who, De La Soul and L.A. Cool J and, you know, all the groups that was popping back then. That wave came through heavy, you know, and even in the army clubs, it wasn't even that much hip hop. You know, it was a lot of R&B too.
Exactly, because hip hop wasn't being accepted like that. Rap wasn't being accepted that way.
There was a lot of R&B going on, so the rap was like, if they would play hip hop in the club, it was more like commercial stuff. You know, like the main hits. But like I said, it was super underground still. You know, it took some time to develop, and you know, foreigners didn't really had no play in it too much.
Yeah.
Of
Well,
course,
when
there was a lot of black people in the North.
well,
A lot of black
my
people
experience in the
involved
North.
media work and stuff like that, but you know, they didn't really nobody had to smash hit besides the commercial type rap. You know, like
Exactly.
all them guys.
And then they had that you know, Captain Jack and all that other stuff way back, but it wasn't even there. Then they had hip house and
Yeah,
stuff like that.
That came like probably 96, 97, 98. That's when that shit was popping, like that Euro rap, that commercial type rap. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But that was something I could never identify myself with, cause you know, it shit was super bougie. I don't want to disrespect these guys. You know, they got their money and their success, but you know, it's not considered real. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you know,
And,
I'm gonna keep it
being a
real.
young dude, like, you know, you was inspired. You know, like I could speak about it. I was inspired, like a lot of people, probably because of your MTV raps. You know, that gave me the juice. You know, that was the hot shit. You know, when that came out.
Yeah.
That's
But see,
definitely
Shorty, what I'm trying to say to
perspective.
you is like this. You were in the American bubble. You were in the American bubble. You were on the American Army base. You know what I'm saying? From my experience, from being in rap, you know what I'm saying? Let me let everybody know. I came from the U.S., you know what I'm saying, produced hip-hop groups that was already gold. When I touched the ground in the U.S., we were already on fire. And that group was called... Yeah, that group was called the Poor Righteous Teachers. In 1980s, in the 80s, we already had independent record labels, and we were putting stuff out, you know what I'm saying, in Jersey. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So the first record we released, matter of fact, we even released records before then, in 86 and 84 and stuff like that. But, you know what I'm saying, the first record was Time to Say Peace and Butt Naked Booty Blessed from the Poor Righteous Teachers. And that was released independently on a record label called Northside Productions. But that time, you know what I'm saying, I made enough money, and make a long story short, I went overseas. That was right before the Holy Intellect album came out. I came over there and scouted it out. And when I came over, honestly, when I came to the north of Germany, you know what I'm saying, and Hamburg, that was the first city I touched, you know what I mean? When I came down, I was looking for cats that was doing hip-hop. I didn't see nobody doing hip-hop at all in Hamburg. Maybe I'm just saying rap music. There were some dudes that was playing around with it, but I did run into some underground kids that favored it and that liked it, like some dudes like from Easy Business, a group called Easy Business.
Exactly.
But before Easy Business, let me speak. Let me speak. No, Too Rough wasn't around then. Too Rough wasn't around then. I'm talking about...
That's like my generation.
Yeah, I'm talking about early. I'm talking about Boris from Easy Business. I knew them before they even did the name, even before they even had the group called Easy Business. It was Boris and another brother, African dude called Eric.
Eric, that's his name.
And then it was some other. They had some other kids in there too. But I remember before they even had the name. And then I met one female named Cora E. You know what I'm saying? She was doing certain raps. I remember when she was rapping in, you know what I'm saying, English. They were all rapping in English. That was about, that was 19.
It started with them rapping in English, all of them.
Yeah, I'm talking about, I can go way back. You know what I'm saying? Even to the hit, they even had a rap contest they had in Hamburg that I had won. That was in 1991 or something like that. I had a 1990 or 91, and Corey E was there. Me and Corey E had won that contest. But everybody else, they were kind of like, you know, Boris was there too. But everybody else was kind of like copying off of other rap American acts. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they was copying off Public Enemy, trying to be like, you know, LL Cool J or whatever. And I remember.
Oh yeah, you know they had the Britcore popping over here for some time, right?
Yeah, I gotta give it to Britcore. Matter of fact, MC Rebel MC. It was a dude with dreadlocks. You know what I'm saying? That was from England. That's the only dude from rap I practically heard of that was on that level when I came out. That was coming from the UK. He was basically the only one. I mean, you had Silver Bullet. You know what I'm saying? Another group, Silver Bullet, and then you had Hijack. You know what I mean? Then you had,
right?
Huh?
Gunshot too, right?
Yeah, Gunshot. Yeah, thanks, man. We all went on tour together, but I can explain that as we speak. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to like split this.
The way I heard it, the way I heard about it, that was the big influence over here in Hamburg.
Exactly. They were a big influence because everybody was trying to do that brickcore style in English and trying to copy Public Enemy because that brickcore style comes from Public Enemy style. And they mixed it up with a little bit of Ice-T. You know what I'm saying? Ice-T style, that color style. You know, it was like that style. But what happened was, like, you know what I'm saying? There was two things going on in Germany. There was the American thing going on in the South on the army bases, and then it was a whole
that British, and then they had that British rap going on in the North.
Yeah, the British rap was going on in the North in the UK. It wasn't going.
Berlin,
it wasn't happening in Germany.
Berlin had the American vibe as well, you know. So yeah.
Well, you honestly tell you the truth, I can't speak too much for, like, I've been to Berlin and I've been all around. I toured all around, but I can't speak about what groups came out in the 90s, early 90s and late 80s in Berlin. And certainly, I'm speaking about what I know in Hamburg. Also,
I mean, you can speak about one group. You can definitely speak about Harlequins, but that's also my generation there.
But Harlequins is not even in this conversation because they came later.
I know they came later, but I'm saying you still got to mention them.
We'll get to them. We'll get to them. Yeah, we'll get to them. But they came late.
Casey the Rookie as well.
Huh?
Casey the Rookie as well. He's a British guy. Remember Casey the Rookie? A British guy from
yeah.
the UK, Jamaican.
But check this out, Shorty. I'm on my way to talk about them, but I'm talking about, you know what I'm saying, the beginning era, the beginning part, because they got a lot to do with it. They got something to do with it, but I'm talking about the beginning of what you seen in the North. You know what I'm saying? Compare me a little bit, and they were on some other stuff like you know, that American stuff, but there was no group. So let me mention, I said I ran into this dude Boris and Eric and they didn't have no group called Easy Business at that time. You know what I mean? So I remember trying to get myself connected and hooked up. So what happened was, you know, I went out, I headed out looking for cats. And the real hip hop cats that I really ran into was a breaking group. You know what I'm saying? I saw their name like tagged on the wall. That's called the Hamburg Homeboys. You know what I'm saying? I believe they called Hamburg Breakers or Homeboy. I don't want to get the name wrong, but I remember.
Cookie's a member of that, right?
Yeah, Cookie. He would tell you. You know what I'm saying? He gave us an official email about the history and what we had to do with it. You know what I'm saying? So they were a break group and they were doing breaking and stuff like that. And that was something that they did a lot. But when it came to rap and stuff, it was all, and when it came to rap in the North, especially in Hamburg, there was nobody. I can vouch for that myself. I can say that myself. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Because when I came out, I was moving out on the streets and it was kind of like.
Hold on. So you trying to say, because they're trying to give it up to the beginners, right? As the forefathers for this shit.
No.
Hold on. Let me finish it. So the people really get the understanding. So that means you was there before that German hip hop popped off.
Yeah. Check this out. I ran into what's his name from the beginners? What's that dude name again? What's that dude, that main rapper from Beginners again?
Oh, Young Delay.
Yeah, I ran into him when he wasn't even 15, 14 years old. I ran into, like, I was sitting in the meeting, and he was like, you know, he knew that I was doing the rap thing around town, but he was like he was a youngin' doing stuff. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't even really on the scene. He's from the suburbs. Where's they from? They're from Einsbusch or something like that, right?
To be honest, I don't know.
Well, my honest opinion is that I've seen certain cats running around, but far as record is concerned, far as German rap, far as my concern is, like, he was trying to do some rap and stuff like that, but I didn't have no proof of him being on record. or being out there seeing them out on the block.
Wasn't that doing punk music before?
Exactly. He was connected with this dude named Allah that worked at that was in this group called the Golden Citron, and they were releasing punk records, and he was trying to do something, but it wasn't coming through. You know what I'm saying? I ran into him one time in a little meeting with Allah and stuff like that because he wanted me to work with him. He wanted me to probably, I think it was maybe, we hook up or something like that, but that ain't never happened. You know what I mean? Because to me, I didn't feel, that hip hop feeling. You know what I mean? He was like a little German kid, you know what I'm saying? And trying to find his way. And I really didn't feel that from him. So I was just like, I was going to continue to do my thing. Matter of fact, Allah gave me a record, a vinyl or something of some record punk record that they did. There was more like a punk scene type of thing. You know what I mean? Matter of fact, talking about a punk scene, I had worked with that group, the Golden Citron, and I did a record with them. You know what I'm saying? Which is probably one of them, which Boris was from Easy Business, was the rapper on that record. I produced it, I made the beats and stuff like that. But I believe, to me, German rap came out of punk music. You know what I'm saying? From the record that I produced with the Golden Citron called Oxymillion Hooligan. You understand?
Hamburg hip hop.
Yeah, the Hamburg stuff. Because a lot of them cats put it like that, but my record was already released. I even did that before them. Because I worked with a dude called Martiz Offman. I made a record called Keep the Frequency Clear. It was kind of like rock punk mixed with, with rap. You know what I mean? That was one of my first records that I released, as far as real underground rap is concerned. You know what I mean? That one was released in 90 or 91 or something like that. You know what I mean? So while we was doing that, and we came and made that, you know what I'm saying? They started seeing you had BMG, you had major record labels and stuff, which I didn't sign with. I made a deal with a record company called Sub Up in the South Germany, in Munich. Because my demo went to them, and then as my demo went to them, we made a deal it was an independent deal. But on the real, you know what I'm saying? A lot of these rappers that saying that they was out there and the forefathers, they wasn't nowhere on the streets. They wasn't on the streets rapping. I was all, I seen it because I was.
You can't forget, it's a different generation because you probably 10 years older than them. So at that time, you was doing your thing, or you was already pretty much established. There was still kids trying to find their way, what is normal.
That's exactly. That's exactly because I was already had a freaking gold record from working with the Poor Righteous Teachers, and they kind of knew that. And then when I started talking with, they wanted to get influence from me because they wanted to sit down and talk with me and pick my brain. You understand? They didn't know the formula of the rap, the hip hop that we was doing in America. You know what I'm saying? Because when I came to Germany,
Stay right there. So. Meaning, because hip hop have a lot to do with the production as well. So
that's what I was just about to say.
You brought the SP1200 over here, right?
I was the first one to come here with an SP1200. Yes, the emulator, the same drum machine that DJ Premier and a lot of the hip hop producers was using at that time. I came here with it.
So you said nobody had that piece around here?
Nobody had that piece. They had an SP12 in the music store, but it was just sitting there. Nobody bought it. And I know the person that bought it, matter of fact, he wasn't even a hip hop head. He was the dude that bought it, and he just kept it for himself. But I came with the official SP1200. You know what I'm saying? Because those machines, those machines costed like $3-4 grand when you bought it back in the day.
So which studio that you went to? Where were you? Which place did you work at?
Well, when I first came here in 1989 and 1990, you know what I'm saying? I met these dudes, right? And I went over there to the studio called Boogie Park Studio. That was in Altona.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
See?
And that studio was a giant, huge studio. And what happened was when I went in that studio, you know, I took my SP1200 in. They never seen it. So when I walked up in the studio, they was like, I came up there with it in a suitcase. So they was laughing at me. You know what I mean? But when I plugged it up and started playing the beats that came out, they was like, they flipping went crazy. They was like, whoa, how do you do that? Blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? In that small machine. So, you know what I'm saying? They didn't know how to make it until I came here. When you know what I'm saying? They didn't know the formula. So the formula, I started making it you know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, I didn't even make it in their studios. I made from an SP1200, you had the floppy, you know, the little disc, you know, micro disc. So I was making it in, you know what I'm saying, where I was living, I was making it, and I was making the beats and I kept it on the micro disc. And then when I went to the studio, I put the disc in and I played the beats.
Plug it up, right?
Yeah, all you had to do was plug it up. You can create everything on SP1200 just like that. And from that point on, when I played the beats, they went crazy. And I was working with one dude, which is in Germany right now. You know what I'm saying? What's his name? Boogeyman, Andreas Herbig. You know, he's a real big pop producer right now over there, which he didn't know how to make hip hop until I went over in that studios and he figured it out, because I came with like a bunch of, you know, because back in the day, I came with records, vinyls. You know what I'm saying? I came with vinyls. You know, you had the hip hop collection, like all of the break beats and stuff that you know, I bought them in New York City and Manhattan, a place called the Music. You know what I'm saying? They used to sell all hip hop and vinyl and stuff. So I bought them from there, the whole collection. And then that's what I used to sample from. And I took that with me with my SP1200. And from that point on, they seen how I sampled, and they seen how I did it in the big studios. And the big producers, the one that's a big, huge producer over there now, you know what I'm saying, making millions or whatever he making, he learned it, and then other people was learning it from him, and they was learning it, actually, they was learning it from me. Because I had the formula. They didn't know how to make it. They was sampling from a keyboard, like a keyboard like Milli Vanilli or something, how they was doing it. You know what I'm saying? I came with the official SP1200 sampling machine. And when I did that, that was like, oh, snap, this is how it's done. And matter of fact, I did a project at Boogie Park called Got to Be. You know, that was a pop project, like in the early 90s, like 90, right? And it was, it wasn't pop. It was kind of like soul mixed with hip hop and kind of pop. And it was called Soul in Line. The album was called Soul in Line on Edel. Edel Records' first record that came out was Got to Be. We were the first artists on Edel Records. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, that's something you never told me about. Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah. So yeah, Edel Records, you know, we on Edel Records Got to Be. And so from that point on.
So who was that? That was you and the Golden T-Drum?
No, that was me. That guy Andreas Herbig, I told you, that called the Boogeyman. A guy a guy called Eugene, or we call him Oregon, and a dude called Casper, and myself.
Okay.
And we would Got to Be. We had a little success. We had some, you know, matter of fact, we made this song called Lucy, and we made an album, and the Lucy joint had, you know what I'm saying, it was fire. It bumped in the clubs, you know, because I had something to do with remixing that, you know, and putting some, I dropped some lyrics on that. I spit some raps on that. You know what I'm saying? So from that point on, rap started coming alive, because I was on the streets of Hamburg. I was running back and forth between clubs. I was hustling a little bit back then, you know what I'm saying, doing my thing and surviving. But at the same time, there was the Soul Kitchen, which Soul Society Records came out of, you know, part of Soul. That's them over there. You know what I'm saying? Soul Society, Soul Kitchen. And then you had the Temple Off. So I used to run between the Temple.
That's Emo right there, right?
Huh?
That's Emo, right?
Emu is from the Soul Kitchen and Soul Society. You see what I'm saying? Me, I used to run between all them clubs. I used to run even the Mojo Club. Even the Mojo Club, it wasn't even like how it was now. It was like totally different. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't even really even the Mojo Club then. You know what I'm saying? I think it was like an empty space.
Yeah, I know. I mean, of course, the Reeperbahn definitely changed.
Yeah, it changed a lot.
It used to be super rugged back in the days and stuff, right?
Yeah. I used to live off the Reeperbahn. I used to live in the area. I used to from St. Pauli. You know what I'm saying? I worked my way from St. Pauli to another level. But what I'm saying is that also I didn't see absolute beginners out on the street all the time. They wasn't doing, from my understanding, you know what I'm saying, Fattest Broad and all them, they were all put together. My understanding is, you know what I'm saying, those are industry groups. Because let me explain this to you. When I went out on tour, because I was already touring, my album came out, The Vinyl Call, which I believe is one of the first official rap records that came out of there in Germany and in Hamburg. You know what I'm saying? That DJ.
When that came out? What's the year? Give me the
1991, 92. 92, something like that. You know what I'm saying? My first single off that album was called Snakes. Right? So what I'm saying to you is that in that time, absolute beginners, they didn't even have their names weren't even absolute beginners. They didn't even have no name. They DJ, what's their DJ name again? It's been such a while. DJ Mad. Yeah, Mad. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
DJ Mad was my DJ. He used to go on tour with me. DJ Mad from Absolute Beginners. You know what I mean? That was even before there was even the beginners. You know what I mean?
So you saying the DJ that actually became the DJ from the beginners used to be your DJ before he was the DJ for the beginners?
Yeah, I had when my DJ Cut Master Mini Styles couldn't come on tour with me, he came on tour with me. DJ Mad. DJ Mad got footage on VHS videotapes which he was filming. You know what I'm saying? While he was on tour with me. I tour all around, all over Germany, East Germany, also West Germany, South Germany, everything. I tour everywhere before even touring even got on. I was even there before. I even remember when Fantastic and Fear first came out. You know what I'm saying? All these dudes used to come to my shows and watch me.
See? And that's, hold on now, see? Because most people over here, like, the international listeners, they're not going to understand, but most people over here in Germany, they're going to stop right there because the way the media projected, it's like the Fantastic Four is actually the forefathers of hip-hop for Germany, because that was like the first group that ever came out on a major scale, I think.
Don't make me laugh, man. Don't make me laugh. I was there before all of them, man. I was there. I was already on tour. You know what I'm saying? I was already rocking records, rocking towns. I was using they was watching me. That's what, you know what I'm saying?
You got footage for all the stuff, right? You still got old flyers and all.
Man, listen, right? I got videotapes.
I remember the stuff you sent me, you showed me, so I can definitely vouch for it. I can say, yeah, it's true, because Mom definitely showed me a couple artworks from way back in the days from 90, 91, and he was definitely the headliner.
Listen, man, I got a flyer when we did a show in a place called the Markthalle, when MTV came from London to come and have an interview. You know what I'm saying? They had an interview with me. You know what I'm saying? I did a show. I was a headliner with a band. Absolute Beginners was one of my support groups. You know what I mean? Them dudes was opening up for me. You see what I'm saying? I'm not lying to you, and
I
I'm
mean,
not being
I mean,
arrogant.
the thing is, no, I mean, I hear what you're saying. I mean, you definitely deserve the credit. But the thing is, like I was saying, nothing wrong with that, because that's how hip hop is. You know, like one guy opens the door for somebody, and the next generation come in and they take the torch and they take it to a different level. It's always been like that, so ain't nothing wrong with that. The only problem is, it seems like over here in Germany, people don't really give you the credit for what you have accomplished, actually. So, you know, it's kind of good that you talk about your experience, because, you know, I think it's about time overdue that, you know, you're supposed to get your, at least your recognition, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, you're talking about the money, but let's talk about the recognition, because, you know, like you say, you came here early 90s or late 80s, so you was pretty much already established in what you was doing. You had to go and record with Paul as his teacher, so they could definitely say they can call you a producer, so you was already producing properly. So yeah, and you did a lot for the city and a lot for the hip hop over here. So I just want to salute you for that, you know what I mean? Cause it seems like these guys or the society over here, the hip hop community over here, is not really trying to show respect or even mention your name. You know what I'm saying? So, but that's kind of like what we're talking about with this controversial thing. It's not about black and white, but it's just about, you know, if you know your forefathers, like you one of them, then you're supposed to respect your forefathers and give them credit. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, all the shit was over here in Germany. Hip hop was heavily influenced by black people, and that's what, you know, a lot of people don't really want to talk about, especially in the 90s.
Well, why is that? I'm trying to figure out why is that. You said it's not black and white, but let's be for real about it, man. Come on.
I'm talking now. Of course, it's black and white. I'm talking about for our perspective. You know,
yeah, exactly, exactly.
On the racist aspect, but yeah, it's kind of weird, because like I said, so many names you can mention. If it's commercial or not commercial, there's a lot of black people involved.
But why is that? That's what I'm saying, Shorty. Check this out. Why is that everything is turned into a German thing, which hip hop is an international thing? When I came in, I was internationally coming in, bringing the hip hop and influenced a lot of people. But when it feels like, you remember the early days of rock and roll? You know what I'm saying? When the people, you know what I'm saying, other people, white people got their hands on it, like Elvis Presley and stuff, they was like, he's the king of rock and roll, but actually he's not the king of rock and roll. Oh, he sold a lot of records. You know what I'm saying?
Well, it's an industry thing, you know. That's just how the shit went, you know.
But that's an industry thing.
You know, you got to see it like this. Because once upon a time, the German production used to be worldwide. You know what I mean? Like if you said Milli Vanilli or Boney M, or that's a bunch, Scorpio and all kinds of people that really had international success. But something happened in the industry that has shut that international stuff down. And
yeah, we know what happened. We know what happened.
They started to focus on their own demographics. You know.
Well, we know what happened.
Internationally, nowadays it's pretty much more like, you know, in the German region. But yeah, it's an industry thing. And like I said, but you know, the problem with us black people is over here, you know, you never had the role models that was.
Well, yo, no. Let me stop you right there.
No, let me finish that. So you know, so you get to know my point. What I mean is, you never had the role models business-wise. You know, there's a lot of black people involved in the business, but none of them really benefited. You know, what the problem is, that you never had somebody that was involved in the business and pass on the game of how publishing works and how contracts works, and, you know, all these things that comes along with the music business. And the white boys always had, certain white boys, not all of them, but certain white boys, they had the knowledge and never passed it on. Probably they're not supposed to, but you never had a black dude in a position like a Puffy or, you know.
Well, let me explain this to you, Shorty. Let me explain this to you. I was in position. I had my own publishing. I produced all my records. You know what I'm saying? I had all of that. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, I even had made even from my independent deal dealing with Sub Up, I went to a major company, you know what I'm saying, a few major deals. And when I went over handling my business, I made a deal with a record label from Intercord Records, EMI, during that time. You know what I'm saying? I was producing all my records.
I feel you were signed with EMI before you signed with BMG, right?
Yeah, but I'll get to that. Yo, your thing in the background, you might need to turn it down a little bit.
I ain't got nothing.
Okay. Well, all right. What I'm saying is, I had a 5-album record deal. You understand? 5-album record deal, full of money. You know what I'm saying? That's when I made the deal from independent to went to major. But what happened is that, like you said, people don't have, black people didn't have the role models. But I'm not saying I was role model, but I was doing the thing. I was definitely doing the thing. You know what I'm saying? But as I made my deals, there were culture vultures and snakes trying to mess up my deals so that they can take it for the German, you know what I'm saying, for the German market. Because let me explain to you, there came a point where the German radio, you know what I'm saying, the media thing, they said they wasn't playing, because they used to play everything from everywhere, like America. A lot of American records was a big influence. They started turning that off in the laws and stuff. They said they had to play majority of German stuff. And when that happened,
exactly, but that happened late. Like, I think 99, 98.
No. No, that happened earlier.
No, but not really, because you still had, even we had a deal at 97. Remember, Nana came on 96, and you had the Harley Kings there, the major deal. That was
No. I'm telling you when it happened, Shorty. I'm telling you.
Around 99, that's when they had that meeting. Say, yo, we gonna switch this.
Nah, it happened earlier. I'm trying to tell you, that's when y'all found out about it. I had people on the inside told me about it in 95. People told me about that in 95.
But at that time, it wasn't. You still had a whole lot of black people out there, because you can't forget. You remember, you still had how you call them dudes from Cape Town, something block, 2 block, or how you call them dudes from Cape Town that was doing that Euro rap?
Oh yeah. C Block.
Exactly, C Block. You had them niggas out. There was a bunch of them groups out, and that bunch of them they all went.
Yeah, but they were produced. They were produced all by Germans.
There was a lot of them groups, them American ex-soldier army groups and stuff that came out and had actually success.
Yeah,
but
but Shorty, they were produced by Germans. They were produced by Germans.
I understand that, but I'm saying they cut that shit off around 97. Remember?
Yeah.
Anyway, came out was super huge out this motherfucking truck.
Yeah. That was a Euro. Huge. That was a Euro rap stuff.
Yeah, that Euro R&B rap shit. You know what I'm saying? So that shit was super big. But yeah, at one point they just say, you know what? Fuck that shit, man.
Yeah.
Niggas getting too much money, cut that shit off, and then they switched it and turned it into.
But let's go back. Let's go back to the culture vultures, though.
When you talking about German hip hop now, now it's not really. I mean, the business side is still controlled by the Germans, but the rap is all foreigners now. Like now it's like Turkish, Arabian, and a few blacks in there, and of course you still got some Germans in there, of course. But now it's like different compared to when we came up. When we came up, it was pretty much the only ones that really was doing the hardcore underground hip hop was the German dudes. You know what I'm saying? Like the game totally changed. It's not like France. France was always foreigners and always grimy and dirty. But German rap, at one point, was pretty much Germanized. When it comes to German-speaking hip-hop, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but that came a little bit later. That's what I'm trying to tell you. What happened is that came a little bit later. The main thing is that they saw what we was doing as a culture, and it was money involved. So they was like, oh, how can we get this? You know what I'm saying? So they got it. They made millions off of it. There's a lot of culture vultures in the game. I'm not holding back. I'm not dissing nobody, but I'm just saying.
I'm giving you something that even came out over here like a couple years ago. There was this one dude, this one manager. He was managing this one black dude, and he had a meeting with a major label, right? And he went in, and when them dudes so he was, They was like, oh shit, we didn't know you was a black dude. Like, I'm sorry, but you don't really work with black people. And they canceled the fucking the meeting, and that really went down. Like when even Bible people was talking about it over here. So yeah, that was definitely something. You know that racism is real.
So ask your question this. Ask yourself this question, Shorty. Ask your question this. Why even a cat like myself that made this happen in Germany, you know what I'm saying, is not recognized as the forefather or one of the forefathers of it because I'm not rapping in German? No, that don't make no sense because people rap all over the world.
But you know what it is? It's called it's called Alzheimer, bro. Like people forgetting, bro. You know, like they be forgetting that used to be they used to rap in English. You know, now it's like fuck English speaking hip hoppers and English speaking rap. Now we got our own hip hop.
Well, you know what that make them then? You know what that makes them?
But they forgot where where they got their views from. Like I said, that's something they got to deal with. You know, it's their own ignorance. You know, of course, end of the day, it don't fucking matter what kind of language you speaking. I would say if you're real, you're real. If you fake, you fake. You know, and that's something they never really understood. But you know, it's a competition thing.
Nah, it's not like something they don't understood, Shorty.
Money have something to do with it as well.
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
Like I said,
it's not like they don't understand, Shorty. Let me explain this to you, because I'm keeping it real.
Got their money, right? Some people got their money, right? And once they got the money, they was like, fuck that, I'm not going to share that shit no more. They're totally egoistic, because a lot of them, like you said, at the beginning, they're all friendly, and they want to be around you, and they want to be surrounded by you. Once they learned it, and once they got it, then they're off to the next one. And that's kind of like what happened over here too, you know.
Well, let me explain this to you, Dan. I want to speak this.
That's a big part of it too.
Let me speak this, man. Let me speak this, because I'm going to make it 100. You know what I'm saying? I'm coming from where hip-hop. Grew up in Brooklyn. I know all the hip-hop. I know when the first rap records came out. I started producing this shit before it even went international, before rap even went international, either other rappers started doing it. You know what I'm saying? I took the airplane and went over to Germany when there was none popping, when they was copying the American style, when the American stuff was coming to Frankfurt, where you coming from. I know the whole history. I know the history of American hip hop, and I know the history of rap that was happening in Germany. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing they can't tell me that I don't know about it, because I live it. I did it, and I still do it. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't never really did it for money. You know what I'm saying? But the point is that there's a lot of culture vultures in Germany. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not holding back nothing. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Where the hell y'all learned y'all style from? Where the heck, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? You had to pick up our technique and stuff like that. You don't recognize nobody that's from our ethnicity in the music. And they said there's a lot of undercover Nazis, you know what I'm saying? Fascists that's in the business. You know what I'm saying? I give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know what I'm saying? I do what I do. But when I do, I always speak the truth. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know. You know what I'm saying? Boris know from Easy Business know. Corey Eden know. You know what I'm saying? Even dude from Advanced Chemistry, he know. The dudes from, you know what I'm saying? I was doing this before them. When I was rocking back in the day, I was on the stage of the docks. I was rocking that shit. I was on tour with Hijack back in the day, Gunshot. You know what I'm saying? Back in the day, I was on tour with Booyah Tribe.
Booyah Tribe.
Yeah, we were on tour together. You feel me? The only rap group that I really know that officially from Germany was LSD from over in Cologne, because I picked up one of their records, and I remember that was the only rap group I knew that was rapping in Germany on wax. You understand me? You feel me? You smell me over here?
No, I hear what you're saying, bro.
I'm telling you. So when they talk about that,
you're definitely right about it.
No, let me explain this to you while I got the time to tell you. When it came down to it, and when it really comes down to it, a lot of these motherfuckers, a lot of them are culture vultures and fakers. They not no real rappers. Not from the real street. They're industry rappers made up in the studio. When they was killing people in Hoyerswerda, You know what I'm saying? I made the song that came out of my album called Fight Fascism. I stood on the front line. You know what I'm saying? I ain't mad at nobody. I'm just telling you the truth. All that shit that they telling y'all about the history of rap in Germany and so-called German hip-hop is not the truth. It's a lie. You know what I'm saying? A lot of them come from major companies. There was some cats in Hamburg that came up, you know what I'm saying, from the underground. I remember a few. Radical. You know what I'm saying? My DJ came out of Radical. Huh?
I know this dude, yeah.
Yeah, Radical. You know what I'm saying? But they had a different style. They had that brickcore style going on too.
Yeah, he was doing that British shit. Yeah, I remember that shit. He was selling mixtapes. I remember that shit back in the day.
Yeah. So you know what I'm saying? Those are the real dudes.
Like I said, you can't forget the second wave. That was too rough. Them niggas.
Yeah, but I'm gonna get into that. Yeah.
Big talks and all of them niggas. You gotta talk about that as well.
Yeah, well, Too Rough in them. You know what I'm saying? They were following me around. What's his name? From Too Rough, the young brother. What's his name? You had Lincoln.
Lintia.
And who?
Big Talks, Linty, and you had AJ.
Right, AJ. Even little AJ. They used to follow me around. You know what I'm saying? Even what's his name that he was so big in Hamburg that have mixed dude.
Hold on. We forgot one. We forgot LWE.
Who? Lee. That's him. Lee. That's right. He was like a protege of mine. Lee.
Yeah, Lee was super good.
Man, Lee was crazy, man. Lee was funny, man. He came in my house and stole my Walkman, man. He was a little. He used to be a booster. He used to boost shit.
Yeah, he's a real boy, but he was a good dude, man.
Yeah, he was a good dude, but I'm trying to tell you.
For the people that don't know, like he used to be a part of Too Rough as well.
Yeah.
He used to be he was a British guy, Jamaican British. That, was living over in Hamburg, and he was a part of the Too Rough crew that consisted of Lindsay, Giovanni, and the producer name. What's the producer name again? Simon Vegas.
Yeah.
Yeah, continue, bro.
They used to come over my crib, man. There was honest to tell you the truth, officially, there was another group too. Them two light-skinned brothers that was on Soul Society. You know what I'm talking about? I can't recall their names, but they was on Soul Society. They was running around town too. There were two brothers. You know what I'm saying? They was doing that. They was trying to get their hand in rap. They was doing it. But, you know what I'm saying? It was kind of, some of the rap was kind of like, it wasn't like American. It was kind of awkward. You know, they was trying to find their way. But they was kind of using like soul records and stuff like that, soul bands, and you know, because Emu them had a soul society. You know? And then they was doing records and stuff, and they was rapping on some of the stuff that they did when they recorded in the studio. But it wasn't like nothing, you know, like huge and big. It was just like, okay, they were putting it out. But I was already established and doing my stuff. They was looking at my blueprint. You know what I'm saying? Fattest Broad and all them, man, they made in a freaking studio. They're from the suburbs. You know what I'm saying? All of them groups. What's that dude name? That rapper that everybody talking about? They're talking about in Hamburg. That one you took the picture of one time. What's his name? Deluxe, Sammy Deluxe. You there?
Yeah, I'm there. I'm listening.
Yeah, Sammy Deluxe, man. Them cats used to watch me, man. Them cats was like knee-high to me way back then. You know what I'm saying? What do you think they learned, you know what I'm saying, when the hip-hop heat came on, they was basically like, oh, snap. You know what I mean? This is what real rap looked like. I showed them what real rap looked like up front.
I mean, that's what it's supposed to be, ain't it? That's what the old school.
Yeah, but the thing is that
you give, and you're supposed to receive. And like I said, the part of receiving didn't really happen. I mean, I wouldn't say that because P still was blessed. I mean, come on, you signed with a couple major deals. You had a couple major.
Yeah, but I'm not talking about that. That don't mean nothing to me.
So it's not like. But you can't downplay your achievement. You know what I'm saying? It's not like they're totally shitting on you. Of course, a lot of stuff went the wrong way and people don't mention you, but the industry still at one point showed you love, because otherwise you wouldn't have no major deal. You know what I'm saying? And
Nah, let me tell you, Nick, let me tell you something. Stop right there. Stop right there. It ain't about love, them showing me love in the industry. It ain't about love. It was about business. The thing is that they came to me.
What I'm trying to say is,
they had no choice, Shorty. I'm trying to tell you.
You still like, listen to what I got to say, bro. What I'm trying to say is, you got to see your accomplishment as well, bro. It's not too many people over here in Germany that can say, look, I started independent. I came in with my SP300. I didn't have nothing when I came here. I started brand new in a new city, in a new country. Had to learn the language and all this stuff, and I managed to come up. You did a collaboration with Golden to Toronto that went somewhere. Then you managed to get a little independent deal, and from the independent deal you got a major deal, and from the next major deal you had another major deal. So that's an accomplishment right there, bro. You know what I'm saying? So just tap your shoulder, and I understand you eat it, that people don't mention you, but still, it's like you still been blessed, and people still showed you love. You see what I'm saying?
Nah, let me go back there.
People could say like, hold on now. Not too many people could say, look, I've been on MTV and I was out there, you know, I had my shit blasted and I was on tour and I did what I had to do. You did it, bro. And plus you inspired the city, and you know, you was there and you gave them young niggas that came after you, gave them some Jews, like, you know, the ones he was talking about, the ones you saw back then. So, you know, it's a good thing, bro. And that's what it's supposed to be, you know.
Well,
sometimes, the
way I see it,
people don't get that. Sometimes people don't get that recognition and stuff. It's a sad thing, because people should have definitely give you your kudos. You know what I mean? Because you definitely deserve it, because you did what you did. What you talking about right now, if you can back it up, you know, with the facts, with the pictures, and with the video footage and all this stuff. So,
I got all that.
I got all that. I hear what you're saying. But you know, it's in life, bro, it's ups and downs, you know. It's some people love you, some people hate you, bro. And it is.
Well,
it is,
you know, well, Shorty, like this. For me, it ain't about, you know what I'm saying, love. It ain't about nothing. It's about what I, you know what I'm saying, what I accomplished. You right, what I did and stuff. You know what I'm saying. But the point is that, you know what I mean. I feel like when it came down to the industry, it ain't about love. It's about me selling records. Me pulling the people in for touring. I was doing that. You know what I'm saying? I did my part. You know what I'm saying? But the point is that, did they do their part? That's what I'm saying.
That's the question. Though.
That's the question.
The question is, from all the ones that's popping right now, it used to be popping, because you can't forget, a lot of them you talking about right now, they ain't even really busy no more. They ain't really doing nothing, because they're older now, or tired, or whatever happened. The question is why they never gave you really your credit. That's something I can't really answer, because I really don't know what's going on through their head. That's something they got to figure out themselves, and they're probably gonna listen to. I know
what's going on in their head.
So hold on now, this nigga is talking the truth. You know what I'm saying? But
let me tell you something. I'm coming from here. Let me explain this. Let me tell you something. When you do something like that, where I'm coming from, you know what I'm saying, over here, you know what I'm saying, you're a culture vulture. That what makes you a culture vulture. That would make you, like, you know what I'm saying, emphatically non-cipher. That would make you like, no. You know what I'm saying?
What the problem is with this? You know what the problem is? That all of these dudes, not all of these dudes, but especially the ones that's not black, the ones that, you know, it's from a different ethnicity, like say them German dudes that was popping back there. The thing is, like, of course they're learning from us, and you know, and they got inspired from us. But the problem is that they never gave back to the black community over here.
Exactly, you know? Exactly.
That's what I have to really criticize, because it's nice. A lot of them is millionaires now, or they got, you know, they're living good, but they really never gave back to the community over here, especially the black ones.
Not one. I don't recognize not one giving back to the community. I don't recognize one of, like, telling the history correct the way it is. They can't just say that rap music and hip hop came from the army bases, when it came also through me when I came there too. You know what I'm saying? Who is they gonna name? Who they gonna name?
You did your part of the North.
Right, I'm saying I've been in the South too.
You definitely had a touchdown over here. That's for sure, bro.
Bruh, I done been everywhere. I done toured from Vienna to Switzerland to you name it. My records is also in London. You know what I'm saying? In the UK. You know what I'm saying? Totally independent, rocking it. So if you don't give back to the culture, that means you're a vulture. Regardless, I don't care how they feel. I don't care how they feel. The truth is the truth. And that's something that they can't take away. I'm not looking for no accolades. I'm not looking for nothing. I'm just looking for, you know what I'm saying, for you to understand and for people.
Speak that shit. Speak your experience. I understand where you're coming from, you know, of course.
And all of that, what they're saying.
If they don't want to say it, then why not you speak about it?
Yeah, exactly. You know, I sound a little heated. I sound a little heated because that's a fact. Because
I can definitely say, I could say you're right because what I heard so far and what I saw so far, and of course, you know, we got a history too. We ain't talked about that yet.
Yeah. Well, you know, we did that. Explain it.
You did you too. You know, you did what you had to do, bro. So, you know, salute to you for sure.
Yeah. Well, you know how it went. You know how it went, especially when we dropped the fight. We had to fight. You know what I'm saying? We had to fight to come to even to make records in Germany.
But you have to explain them what you're talking about, bro.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, the fight is we made a record. We had an independent record label. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? The record label was called The Prophet's Empire. It was me, ShortLord, and Ja Rose. And you know what I'm saying? My peoples, we behind it running a record label. You know what I mean? At the same time, we put out our record independently. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you too fast, bro. You way too fast. How that came to be, bro?
Oh, okay.
Shit, man.
Okay. Well, we started out.
You know how that came to be.
What year did we came out? We came out in 97, right?
97, but you got to talk about Booyah and all that stuff first.
Oh, yeah. Well, you can explain about Booyah better than I can because you came from, you know what I'm saying, you did something with them too.
Yeah, it's all going to lead back to you.
All right, well, you know. Exactly. Well,
and
you know.
One thing you also got to talk about Boogie Park, because Boogie Park actually plays a major role in actually my success and also your success, you know. So big up to Herbert and all them.
Well, you know? and actually, that was part of it.
Yeah, definitely they are, bro.
That was part of it. But I work with this, you know what I'm saying, this dude that wasn't a producer, you know what I'm saying, far as hip hop's concerned, that jumped on the wagon, which I consider, you know what I'm saying, also what I was talking about, culture vulturing. You know what I'm saying? I worked at his studio called the Canuckin House, you know what I'm saying, Matthias Offman. And basically, you know what I mean, after I left Boogie Park, I went over to his studio. You know what I'm saying? To record my album. And he didn't know how to make hip-hop, period. All he know how to do was make punk music. I was the one that brought hip-hop into his studio, just like I brought rap music and hip-hop into Boogie Park studio. They never seen it before in their studio. You know, the real thing. So, as I recorded in his...
That's what I mean, because that was pretty much the only ones that really actually even let people come in and work in there. You know what I'm saying? Like, because the Boogie Park studio used to be a big studio, you know, and they definitely show course. When I came to Hamburg, the first studio I actually got hooked up with was actually also the Boogie Park, you know. See how everything works together. Like you got there, and me too, because I was in the Powerhouse. The Powerhouse was a club over here in Hamburg.
Yeah, the Powerhouse, yeah.
Yeah, you remember the Powerhouse? Like,
that's where they used to play hip hop over there a lot too.
Yeah, they used to play the real hardcore, the real raw shit, everything.
Yeah, but before then, it was Timberloft too.
Exactly, Timberloft was popping as well. And I met this one mixed dude. He was up in there, and he was always freestyling in there. And then I met him. Actually, he came up and said, "Yeah, I like your style. Why don't you come over to the Boogie Park and check me out?" Because he was working in there. And that's actually how I got to the Boogie Park, you know. And they actually said, "Yeah, y'all can come in." And then I told everybody, the crew I was with, like Black, Gizmo, all of them. A lot of them.
All of y'all. I remember I met you the first time. I saw you the first time in the Timberloft. You know what I'm saying? But we hooked up at the Mark Tyler. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And then
Yep.
from that point on, you know what I'm saying, we got
That's when it
together.
clicked, yep.
And we got together and we started doing like little mixtape stuff, and then we started and we made we hooked up, and then we started going around into studios, and then we went in the studio, and then we recorded this album. We started recording at Modern Toy Studio.
No. That was later, bro. The way it happened really was, you know, you was kicking it and you was doing your thing, but we was kicking it.
Oh yeah.
And I was, like I said, I was in Boogie Park dealing with them, and we was trying to get a major there. We did like a couple songs and stuff, and they was trying to pitch it, but somehow it didn't work out. And I was with the producer clique from Class Production. You know, there was like a producer team from Altona.
Yeah, I remember we went to the house. That's why I said we made these mixtapes. We was doing these tapes over their house. We did a tape that got somehow lost.
Exactly. We did a tape over their house. And then I brought them in, and the rest of the group, you know, like Black, I think Terry was there, Gizmo was there, Asia was there. It was a whole lot of people. He was like probably 10, 12, 13 people deep. And then we did a couple songs, but they couldn't somehow pitch it. But they took the production team, Class Production. And I was like, okay, you know what am I gonna do? And then I was still on the block, on the streets, hustling, doing my thing. And I hooked up with Tony and stuff, you know, Tony Couture. And I always saw him on the road, and I always bugged him about the music and say, hey, what's up? You got something?
But didn't we get hooked up before Tony Couture? Or you was already with Booyah Music before then? Yeah, you was already with Booyah.
I was still mingling with Boogie Park, but then I met Tony on the road, always like once or two. And then I always bugged him about, yeah, if you know something, put me on. And he told me, yeah, I got something going on in Holland. Maybe if it's really moving, then I'm gonna get at you. And then one day on my birthday, I think it was even my birthday, I was hanging over there in Gensler, you know, and then I'm at the McDonald's, and then I ran into Tony, and he was with Nana at that time. And then he's like, yeah, let me show you.
Talk about Nana. I remember Nana. He was MC Africa True back in the day.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
And they took me to the studio.
David Fasher, too. Shout out to him because he was one of the big DJs. He was like, David Fasher, honest to tell you the truth, I think was the closest thing to hip-hop that came through Hamburg during them time because he was a world champion.
He was badass.
Yeah, David Fasher. He was a real one. And Nana used to hang around with him.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Nana used to DJ as well.
Yeah, that was the early days. But I'm talking about compared to the hip hop, you know what I'm saying? If it was coming to hip hop, rap, or anything hip hop, close to hip hop, I think David Fasher, you know what I'm saying, on that level, he was that dude. He was somebody that you could at least say that was something close to hip hop or rap, because he was one of the elements. He was one of the elements.
You can't say close. That dude did some ill shit on them wheels.
No, but I'm trying to tell you.
He was crazy with that shit.
Yeah, but I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to tell you. He was to me, on his level, he was like the only real one that I probably compared to. It was like maybe him and Homeboy Breakers. You know what I'm saying? Hamburg Homeboys. You know what I'm saying? The Homeboy Breakers or whatever, you know, there was Hamburg Homeboys. I knew a Hamburg Homeboys. But him and the Homeboys, that was it. To me, that was it. I searched everywhere, high and low. I ain't find nobody. And Fasher, he was already mixing. He was already on a championship level. He was already in bigger places. He wasn't on the street like that. He was already winning competitions, world competitions and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, he definitely had it, bro.
But when it comes to you, when we ran into, I know you were doing your Booyah thing, like you were saying. So go ahead.
But then Tony he took me to the studio, and that was actually before Nana released the stuff, and he showed me around, and he's like, yeah, if you want to you can sign with us because you're about to do it big. You know, that was like 2 months before Nana dropped this stuff, and I was like, all right, cool.
You got to
Finally,
give Nana his props too, though, right?
Oh, you got to give him super props because he was the only black dude that ever came out. I mean, straight to the top. He had a #1 album, #1 singles and stuff. He's like,
yeah, because he had that major company behind him.
Yeah.
But they still was trying to diss him though.
Yeah, the hip hop industry totally dissed Nana.
They were fake.
Showed him no love. The German hip hop scene ain't showed Nana no love.
They was fake because the German. It was. I don't like the word German hip hop. They were fake because they was talking about keep it real. The German rappers and stuff talking about keeping it real and everything and dissing Nana and stuff like that. But as soon as it came to any type of way where they can get a commercial deal, they sold out as soon as possible. They was like, nah, if you did anything resembling commercial, they be like, yo, you phony, you ain't real. These motherfuckers want to act like they're going to try to tell me I'm not real. Man, they can never tell me that shit. They can't never tell me I ain't real because I'm the real. I come from freaking St. Pauli. You know what I'm saying? I come from the Reeperbahn. I live on Hopfenstrasse, not too far from Hafenstrasse. You understand? I was out on the street. I ain't seen none of them. The only thing I seen them is trying to get a record deal. They was out here, you know what I'm saying, trying to get a deal. Just like you know what I'm saying, my dude from the South Bronx said, if I didn't hear you, if I didn't see your name, if I didn't see you, you wasn't there. If I didn't hear your name, you wasn't there. There was some cats out there were just trying to get in, but they wasn't real hip hoppers.
But let's stick with the topic though.
Indeed.
I hear what you're saying. You're right on that shit still. But let's get back to the Booyah thing, so you know people get to understand where we coming from. You know. Where was I? Okay.
You said when you got.
And then, like I said, the dude signed me up. I was there. And you was there around too. Remember I told you like, look, I'm signed with Booyah. Come through. So you came through the spot a couple of times, and you was even trying to talk with Tony as well about a little deal, right?
Yeah.
I think he had a little negotiation going on with Booyah. I remember that.
Yeah, we wanted to do something.
Huh?
Yeah, exactly. We wanted to do something back then. Yeah, with Booyah Music. They wanted to sign me or something like that. And I did this track. And they was like, oh, man, that's fire. You know what I'm saying? But,
exactly.
you know, but they was kind of like, you know, I remember I dropped the verse on Nana's album.
Exactly. That was the second one, right?
No, the first one. That was the first album.
Was you on there too? You got a gold record from that?
Yeah, I got a gold record from Nana.
Oh, okay. You was on the first one as well. I kind of forgot about that one there. But yeah, then like I said, Nana came out and you know, he went straight to the top, and I was signed, and you was out there too, and you know, he's trying to get it in. And then, you know, it didn't really work out between me and Tony and stuff. Yeah, a little stuff going on. So, and then I decided to leave, and you was actually loyal when you say, fuck it, if you leave, I'm leaving too. And you left as well. And then we decided the same day, I think we decided to do a group thing, right?
Yeah.
And then we bumped into Jaros as well. Jaros was at Booyah as well at that time. And I think he left too.
That's when we called the name Province Empire.
And we went to the park. Remember we went to the park?
Yeah.
We sat down and said, hey, what we gonna do? We was all pissed off what happened. And I said, fuck it, man, let's do it let's do something. Let's go in the studio and record something. Then I remember I still had a card from Modern Toys. And I think we even went there the same day. Modern Toys.
Yeah, we went there. I remember that.
It was, located in the Markstrasse there, Messheim in Hamburg. And we went to the studio. Remember?
Yeah.
We went to the studio and we talked to the dude. What's his name again?
Henry.
Huh?
Lothar and Henry.
Lothar, exactly. Lothar and Henry. And Lothar was the owner of the studio. And he said, yeah, no problem. You guys, well, you just came from. You are Booyah artists and stuff. Yeah, you can work with us, no problem. And you opened the door for us, and we got in and we started recording. And then you hooked up with Henry. He was the engineer, right? And we started recording and we did the Prophet Empire joints, right?
Yeah. Well, I
And you can
produced
take
it.
it
I
from
heard.
there, though,
Yeah, we
'cause,
made the
we
beats
went to
and stuff.
Castle. And remember, we went to Castle. Actually, when we went to Castle to pick some beats because we didn't have enough beats at that time. And I don't know how we. Oh yeah, matter of fact, how we got to go to Castle anyway? Who hooked us up with the link? 'Cause I can't remember that no more.
We met them through some. I don't know. We met them through some one dude or something like that on the phone or something like that, and then they said come through, and then we came through. We took the train there, and we you know.
You see, what happened? What happened when we was sitting in the train?
What about it?
He created the Black Angel label.
Yeah, we was talking about we was talking about that.
But let's go independent. Let's do our own label because we was fucking pissed. You know what I'm saying? He said fuck that shit. Let's do it. And we went over the Castle and we sitting in the train. And that's how we came up with Black Angel. And then we picked the beats, went back to Hamburg and started recording. Remember?
Right. But we did the fight too. Remember? I came up with the beat, the fight.
But if the fight came after we did the recording, you still got to get to the fight. How that came.
Oh, okay.
But I'm just saying the process of how even the label started, because we started the label before we had to fight. Remember?
Yeah.
We didn't have to fight at that time. And we were still in the process of getting some beats, and so we went to Castle, got the beats, and we went back to Hamburg, and then we went back to Luther, to Modern Toys, and then we really slammed it and went super hard with the recordings. I think he almost did it every day. I'm not sure how long we took.
Wait a minute. I think we did the fight at one point, and then we did the B-side on the fight called "Talking Out Your Neck." But that was our first release.
That was our first release, but that was not our first record. Because I remember you made the beat in your crib over there at the beat on your SP. I remember that.
Yeah. Indeed.
And okay, let's continue. And then and then we did the fight. We came up with a dope song called The Fight. It was like a rap rock record, you know what I mean? Like we're very intense, very dynamic. And yeah, we did that song, and then we actually thought we had something, and I think we even gave it to Marius #1. Remember, we went to the radio station, he blasted it in the underground.
Yeah.
It was, Hamburg really was loving it. Like, it definitely had a buzz in the underground. And then once we noticed that the stuff is really the song is moving.
Yo, what's up, Shorty? You still there? Let me call you back. It seemed like you got cut off. All right. Yo, but what Shorty was talking about, I'm gonna holler back at him. You know what I mean? But what Shorty was talking about is that we did the songs, called on the first release called The Fight. Well, let me call him back. And when we did that, hold on. Yeah. Yeah, Shorty, you there?
Yeah, hold on. I'm trying to get this.
Yeah, man. So, he was talking about the song The Fight and how the fight became.
My mic back on. Hold on. Something wrong with my mic here. Hold on.
And so, go ahead and proceed, man, when you ready. Hello?
Okay, hold on.
Yeah, just use your phone. You use the joint that you was using before.
Yeah, 1 second. I got it in a minute. I can't hear you right now. Hold on. I have to figure this thing out.
All right, so what he was talking about, Shorty's talking about.
Just talk, bro. I'll be there in a minute.
Yeah. I'm gonna keep it, people engaged, you know what I'm saying, so they know the story. What Shorty's talking about is that, when we did that, you know what I'm saying, and in Hamburg, the song called The Fight. And hold on. We did that song called The Fight, and when we did that, it was like, hold on. Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Okay, let's continue with it. And then, yeah, we went to,
Yeah, you got to
we
come
went
back
to
a little
Mob.
bit. Come back a little bit on the mic.
I'm on the same position like before. Ain't nothing different.
All right, but I'm just trying to turn you down a little bit. All right, go ahead, because you muffled a little bit. But it's all right. Go ahead.
Well, I got to go back or
Yeah,
come
go
up
back.
closer?
Go back.
Oh, go back. Okay, all right.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah,
And
go.
then, yeah, we went to Marburg. And we shot the video over there with this guy from Omnia Media. Remember? What's his name again? I can't remember his name no more. And we did that video, and that was independently done, right? But go ahead, talk about it, bro.
Yeah, we did it. We went down there. We financed the stuff ourselves. We went down there. We did the video, and then we came back and we released it independently. You know what I'm saying? And we was making noise on the street. We pressed up our own.
Under which label?
We pressed it up on Prophet's Empire. I mean, the Black Angel.
Exactly.
On Black Angel. We were totally independent. We pressed up our own records. We did our own covers. We did our own photos. We did everything. We put it out. We put it out ourselves. And we did it ourselves. And when we did that, and we did our own video, and we was independent, and then, next thing you know, who called us, Shorty?
I said one major company. I can't remember who it was.
Yo, BMG. BMG Areola. BMG Areola called us and wanted to make us a deal, whatever. So what happened was we got the deal. We made the deal for the independent, for the single. We got a video out of the deal. You know what I'm saying? We had a nice production and everything and stuff like that. And we got the video, you know what I'm saying? A really nice production. And we got the video on MTV. So we was in...
You skipping, bro.
Huh?
You skipping, bro. You forgot one thing.
What's that?
We did the stuff. We did the video. We had the song in the underground, and then we had a different record company calling before BMG.
That's what I'm saying. We released it ourselves. We were already. That's what I said. We were already released it.
No, you forgot. Remember, we had a record there that took away from us.
Oh yeah. Matter of fact, you sure enough right. Oh yeah. Oh man. You mean Edel Records? No, that was.
Right.
Oh yeah,
It,
yeah. I was.
That was right there. We was doing the joints with Modern Toys in the Modern Toys studio, and then we had we got an offer from Edel Records or whatever it was. I think it was Edel. I'm not really sure.
No, I remember what it was. No, what it was we got an offer from Edel Records because we had an offer from BMG too, right? And then what happened was, as we went over Edel Records.
We had two offers at the same time, man.
Yeah, we had two offers, but we went to I think we was going to BMG, and we had Edel on the side or whatever. But what made it?
Nah, bro, that's not true, man.
Wait a minute, it's been so long. It's been so long ago. So
Edel calling, wanted to calling, and we supposed to negotiate the contract, and then right before we signed the contract, they changed the A&R and they declined the contract.
But I was just about to tell you. I was just about to tell you that. But what happened was we was at BMG, and BMG we was gonna sign the album deal. But when we signed the album deal, the lawyer did some phony moves on us and freaking sued us. Remember?
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. And then we left BMG because the lawyer, they wanted to freaking give us a bogus contract where we was basically slaves to them. But we wasn't going to sign it. And they already made the deal, and the lawyer said if we leave the deal before we sign it, he going to sue us. So he sued us. I don't know how he made that contract up, but they made a situation and we left, and he sued us. and we went over to we left that deal, and then Edel made us a offer. You know what I'm saying? But what happened was the company Edel EMI.
Yeah, you switched that around. Well, Edel came first, and then the BMG came, bro. After that BMG shit dropped, you went straight underground, bro. You ain't had no second offer after that.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I'm telling you.
You had the Edel offer first, then that declined, and then we signed with BMG.
But you're not telling it. You're not telling it. I know the story. I'm telling you to tell the story. We was already on. You know what I'm saying? We was put it like this. We went over to Edel Records, EMI. You know what I'm saying? My A&R person that was working at the other EMI company, Intercore, left there and went over to the record company that I was going to sign with and declined our record deal.
Exactly. I remember that. That's what I'm talking about. Martin
Schumacher.
But then after that, we went to a different record company. We went to BMG. I remember that.
Okay.
And then after that didn't work out. That's when you went to America. Remember? No, you went to Munich and stuff. Remember?
Right. Okay. I got you. You got it then. But the thing is that we've been through the history. There's a lot we can talk about when it comes to that. But the main thing is these were the obstacles that we went through, that we had to go through all of the time. We were like, you know what I'm saying? For example, when we did the fight, you know what I'm saying? We was on MTV heavy rotation. We was getting played like 8-9 times a day, right?
Oh yeah, heavy rotation.
Heavy, we was, even more than that.
Going to sleep with it daytime. Yeah, he definitely was out there.
Yeah,
100%.
And the point is, matter of fact, I even went down to the interview on MTV live. Matter of fact, what I did, I got an interview. I had an interview for a whole week. Remember?
Mm-hmm.
Every day on MTV, they featured us. You know what I'm saying, on the fight. You know what I'm saying. Yeah. But the point is that I did the joint and came back. But the funny thing is, Shorty, we was doing all that, making all that noise, but we couldn't even. Nobody went and book us. Why is that? You feel me?
That's true, man. You signed with a major company, you signed with BNG, I signed with a big one. You're out on MTV, you ain't having no shows. You know, you're making no money. Everybody think you big shot. Everybody think you made it. You out there getting, like I said, you really had super rotation.
But Shorty, that was by design. That was by design. Because there was, at the same time, remember all them cats was coming up, all these German groups was coming up, and they was trying to push us out of the way so that they can, you know what I'm saying? There was basically, like I said.
German stuff, definitely. That was the time in German hip hop actually became big, you know, around 97. That's when the major jumped on the
You mean German rap?
That's when the first rappers really got signed, you know, Opie and Hamburg.
Yeah. So think about it. That was during the time when we was blowing, and the things like that. They had to push us out of the way and not get us shows and not get us deal on TV because we got through anyway. And as we got through, there was hating. You know what I mean? Like most of these cats, I knew why. You know what I'm saying? For example, the beginners.
Too black for them, bro. You know, that's the thing. And don't forget, like, we was the only hardcore black group that came out, you know? Like, completely black. Like, 3 members, all black, you know what I mean? Like, some of them other groups, they had, like, one black dude in there. And then, you know,
a mixed black dude at that.
But we just, like, straight black, you know? So we definitely was the first underground hardcore group that came out and made it on the major and dropped that back then.
Independently.
Yeah, they came up independent. They came up independent first, you know, because we just didn't just get signed like that. We definitely made some noise.
Matter of fact, we just didn't sign it with them. We didn't measure sign with them. We made it was like a half and half deal. Matter of fact, they were just our distributors. We wasn't signed with them cold-heartedly like that. It was like, yo, distribution deal, whatever. We was still the label too. You know what I mean? So it wasn't like, we was in control and we was looking for a major deal. They was coming to us because they was ripping off our blueprint at the same time. You know what I'm saying? And I was thinking like this, out of all the people that, I put on back in the day, nobody came to show us no love by giving us features or doing anything. Nothing. Not a thing.
I know, like, the way I remember it, bro, like, the German hip-hop industry or the German scene back then didn't show us no love for the fight. Not at all. Not a bit.
Not once. Not once.
Not one of them. That's 100%. Like, there was not one that said, hey, I'm gonna invite you guys. You can, y'all can do a show over here. Y'all can, do something or whatever. Nah, I mean, we definitely got boycotted for whatever reason. That's for sure. Like, it was definitely a tough experience. Because I also thought, like, okay, look, I'm about to be big now. I'm about to get paid. I'm about to do it big now. And that shit didn't pop off, But
well, I remember independently. Oh, excuse me.
Mm-hmm.
I remember independently. I was better off being independent, doing it independently, because I toured everywhere and did my name when I was like in the early part when before we met. I was doing it big then. Because it was no competition, no nothing, really. I was like doing it on my own. There was none of these rap groups, none of them, none of them, far as I know. Only ones that I can recall, well, like I said, was LSD. And then Advanced Chemistry came, but I didn't really consider, you know what I'm saying? He was talking about Zulu Nation and stuff like that, but I wasn't up on it like that because I didn't have that feeling from them. I found out, I had a feeling like, I don't know, you know what I'm saying, with them, you know what I mean? No disrespect, no dissing them or nothing like that, you know what I'm saying? I give my respect, but, you know what I'm saying, when I was rocking on stage...
I mean, just given their props, there was one of them, Advanced Chemistry was one of them. Then you had, who else was popping? Like you said LSD.
No, LSD was before them.
And Frankfurt Rush, you had the
No, you wait a minute. Let me back you up on that. LSD was way before them. That was way before Advanced Chemistry. You got to understand what I'm trying to tell you. You know what I'm saying?
They're from Cologne. That's Cologne, right?
Yeah, when you really talking about, the real German rap stuff, it was LSD. You know what I'm saying? They was Corey E. She didn't have but she was like out there. But she wasn't on the making records. She, you know what I'm saying? She was rapping. Yeah, we did. Matter of fact, we won a contest together.
In my early 90s, though. She was doing her thing, though.
Yeah, she was doing a thing in the early 90s. You know what I'm saying? But I think she was rapping in English during them times.
But no, she came out with some German stuff. I mean, she was...
No, she came out with a German record, a vinyl, but I'm trying to tell you. No, check this out. I'm trying to tell you, I believe that she was rapping in English during that contest that we had. But no disrespect to her. But I'm just trying to tell you.
Yeah, you can't try to give it up. She definitely was balling, and she was a woman back then.
Yeah, way back. Yeah, for real. She was the only female that I really know that was official.
Yeah, she was making noise.
But
then who else?
But when I was check this out. But when I was on tour with Booyah Tribe, when we went out on tour together, they came to my show. So I put them on my stage. I got photos of that. That was a 90, I don't know, 92, 93, something like that. You know, and then when MTV, and I have to tell you when Absolute Beginners, when MTV came through, you know what I'm saying? I had an interview with MTV that I got on tape. You know what I'm saying? And they asked me about German rap. And they was kind of like, and MTV was like, they was kind of skeptical. They was like, we don't know too much about it. And they asked me a question. And they said, what do you think Germany need to do to be big in the rap? Because wherever, to handle it in the hip hop, I said, rap in their own language. And from that point on, Cass was hating on me. I don't know why, but I was just like, yo, do you? Because we, as people, we did us. We made the culture ourselves. I was just only telling them the truth. Like, yo, be original, do your thing and stuff like that. They took my word for it and then went and got and rapped in German, but they didn't give me the props for me even pointing them in the right direction at that time. You see what I'm saying? So Corey E is official. Corey E, like I said, you know, she was the first female. I met her before everybody. Matter of fact, I think she was the one that gave me the hookup to Boris. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah, I think she hooked me up. She said, yeah, there's some dudes around, because looking for hip hoppers back then was like looking for like a needle in a haystack, man. It wasn't easy
Still brand new back then.
because people.
Definitely.
Go ahead.
It's all over the north is probably brand new. You know, I can definitely imagine that though.
Yeah,
I mean,
because people didn't wear.
Back then, general is not that many rappers any fucking way.
Yo, check this out. Let me tell you this. When I came through, I was wearing a hoodie. You know what I'm saying? And baggy jeans and stuff like that. Back in them days, I was wearing Timberland boots. You know what I'm saying? Way back then. You know what I mean? You know, Nike sneakers and stuff like that. Nobody was wearing like that. Back in the day, they was wearing cowboy boots and Wrangler jeans and Levi jeans and shit like that. With muscle shirts. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They were looking like Millie. The style was Millie Vanilli style.
Yeah, I remember even the Turkish community, that's how they used to work on back in the day.
Yeah.
When
I came through,
they used to be big. I remember the cowboy boots used to be big.
You know, when they used to have the belt buckle, they used to have the tight belt buckle.
Yeah, I think I even had myself a pair. I think I did, bro.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I'm just trying to tell you, like, that was the style. When I came through wearing a hoodie and wearing my style, that was different. They didn't know. They was like, yo, you know what I'm saying? They ain't seen nothing like me. And the point was, it's like, there's a lot we can talk about it, but on the real, I'm passionate about it because, like I said before, you know what I'm saying? They not giving props like they're supposed to, and a lot of them are culture vultures. And I can go real deep about it, and I can call a whole lot of names, but I ain't like that. I ain't about hate nobody, but I am about exposing your asses.
Yeah, I know, but it's just stick with the topics. Talk about where you coming from, bro. You know, talk about the past. We know that, bro. You don't even.
But Shorty, let me explain something to you.
Let's talk about.
No. The story's supposed to be sold, not told.
Way more important, bro. Way more important, because you already said it like 5 times already.
But check this out. That's a whole different. No. I want you to understand. No, this show is called Culture Vultures in German Rap Music. When it comes to our story, that's a whole nother topic. I'm talking about the situation and the situation what happened. When it comes to our story, that's a whole nother topic. We don't need to talk about about what happened with us.
But that's why you got to break down the story so people understand what happened. You know what I mean? Because if you just say it, you just complain about it, people don't understand what happened. Tell them what happened, bro.
That's what I'm doing. I'm telling you really what happened from my experience. You know what I'm saying? From my experience, I'm telling you.
So what happened? So what happened? What happened after the fight? After you dropped the fight, after that thing didn't work out, what happened?
No, when the fight dropped, you know what I'm saying? Also, we had the Prophets of Empire stuff that we was doing, right? Didn't that came after that?
I mean, what do you mean the Prophet Empire? I mean, that was the fight, and he was doing the Prophet
exactly,
Empire.
But I'm talking about the rest of the recordings, the whole recordings. We was doing that process though. Like a lot of that stuff came like a little bit after. Like we kept recording.
We did a few songs afterwards. That's true.
Exactly, and we pieced it together, and we kept trying to put that whole album together. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Like the point is what I'm saying is that it's not like just like a raving complaint. It's just like I know from beginning to end what it is. It's not really about my story all of the time or what we did. It's about the whole collective. It's about the whole big picture. It's not about what we did. That's another. Hold on. Only it's the whole story, that the whole collective, the story that would happen to us. That's a part of it, and that we can talk about that. But the main thing is like I'm trying to tell you what I saw and what I experienced. You know what I'm saying? And what we experienced.
Then talk about the collective and be more specific.
All right. Well, the collective, well, the specificness of the whole collective is just like, my thing is like this. We added our part to it. You know what I'm saying? And we could talk about the records, what we've been through and everything, but that's a long story. That's just as long as what the topic that we talk about, because I want to stay on topic. The topic is about culture vulture and German rap music.
So you saying that black people is getting mistreated in this country?
Yes.
When it comes to the music? Yes. Okay.
They're not getting their.
Talk about that, bro.
They're not getting exactly. They're not getting their fair shake. They're not getting their fair shake when it comes to it. And I'm not talking about us asking for anybody for anything. I'm talking about when we do something, which we are the creators and the forefathers of it. You know what I'm saying? As we do it and create it and make it and have our own history, you understand? They're there watching it and they're basically copying it and not saying anything about how they get it and where it comes from. That's the whole thing what I'm trying to talk about. That's why I'm stressing it. It's not about my history and it's not about your history. It is, we part of it. But I'm just saying that it's about...
So you saying German rap is this rap, but the most important part, the knowledge is not, it was never involved in it?
Excuse me?
You say the knowledge was never a part of hip hop up there?
The knowledge of, you got to understand, you got hip hop and you got rap. You understand? Rap is a part of hip hop, right? That's one of the elements. That's one of the elements. So you got different elements. This is what I'm talking about. What they did was pure industry. It has nothing to do.
So you say they're more rap. So you say they shit is not hip hop. They shit is more like some rap shit. And then you would say industry rap shit, but it's not hip hop. That's what you're saying, actually.
I'm saying is that it's more of hip hop.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying? I'm saying that it's more hip hop. It has really nothing to do with hip hop and rap, the real deal. Because if you don't recognize the forefathers and where it come from, it ain't official to black people. Period. And people might say,
so you're saying they're benefiting off the culture, but they don't really have nothing in common with black people.
Exactly. That's what you call a culture vulture. If you take it and you do what they're doing and what they did, that makes you a culture vulture because you don't give back. You didn't give back to the community that you took from. That's the same thing that they did with rock and roll and jazz and any other type of music that we created. We create all of the styles. We even create the fashion. I remember back in the day, there was no such thing of no Fat Farm or FUBU or anything. We our own clothing. You had to go to the store and make up hip hop clothing.
That's right.
So what I'm saying to you is all of this is ours. All of this is ours. And what they doing is ripping us off and not showing love, not even mentioning us. You even got right-wing rappers. Nazi rappers and stuff like that. And a lot of these cats talking about, fight against Nazis, routes, and right ring out. They're the same people that's down with them. Those the same people, how can you tell? They camouflage right up in there with them too. They probably sitting there, making a deal with them, pretending that they fighting fascism and fighting against it, but at the same time making deals with them. How can you trust that? My situation is I'm real passionate about it, and I'm trying to tell you because, Shorty, honestly, to tell you the truth, I respect you a whole lot, but you're a little bit younger than me when it comes to this. You know what I'm saying? and I've seen a lot, and I'm trying to make sure that the story is told correctly, and you do know the correct story, but your story also comes with.
Of course, I know the story. But I'm just saying, like, you know, I just want to make sure that the listeners really get the pictures of where you're coming from, because they gotta visualize that shit in their head. And if you tell them the story, it's more easier for them to understand, because it's easy to bash some people and easy, you know what I mean? But if you come with the facts, then it's undebatable. You understand?
Well, check this out. Check this out. I'm not bashing nobody.
Just like you were saying before, as you said, you was on a tour with the Booyah tribe, and you was signed to BMG, and you did independent stuff, and you had your own label, and you went somewhere. That's a fact. It's like nobody can take that away from you. You know, there's people out here that actually truly know that. You know, the old school generation, the old school hip hop generation, man. But no,
not even Hamburg, Berlin knows
what you did. You know, but the thing is, the new generations don't really know you.
Right.
You understand? And the whole Germany don't really know you no more.
Well, they can start asking questions
the
then.
Generation, but the younger ones don't know you. So that's why it's important, not just to bash them, but to tell you a story and let them know, like, look, yeah, there was black people here before. Yeah, there was black people influenced the hip hop scene in Germany. Yeah, black people actually created the hip hop scene in Germany. So if they get to see that picture, then you let them know where you're coming from and what the shit is about. You know.
Right.
Because people need to hear your story. They need to hear my story. Need to hear different kind of stories, because we're not the only ones. There's a couple more brothers out there that really put in some work for this shit, and never got their recognition.
Yeah.
You know, even until today, it's still going on. There's a lot of people not getting pushed out. A lot of people being blackballed and stuff like that. You know, but if you don't tell them what the shit is about, they will never get to know it, because. I understand your pain and I understand your passion, and you're right to even, saying what you're saying. And I don't want to stop you from spitting your facts, but it's just point the picture, and then, people get to understand it. Because it's not about
let me explain this to you then, Shorty. These are rules that I live by, because I live by the code. You know what I'm saying? The code of the street, the hip-hop code. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not going to tell my whole story. I just want you to understand. I can explain that on another level, the whole thing, but actually the story is supposed to be sold, not told. You know what I'm saying? If they want to know, they can figure it. They can. I can tell them some parts of it.
We're here for to talk about it, because the culture, vulture, and the stuff that you went through goes along. You know, it's just one thing. You can't separate one from the other, because that's your fucking experience.
Yeah,
you wouldn't have the culture,
but if I want to explain my whole story, that'd take a long time.
You wouldn't get emotional about it. You understand what I mean? It's because it's a part of it. So, but you don't want to give them too much power neither, too, because end of the day, they couldn't stop nothing. They did certain tactics to get us off the scene and stop us from shining. But the fact is, like, look, man, like, we accomplished a lot in this country, and we did it on our own fucking 2 feet. You know what I mean? Like, we ain't had no support, and we still accomplished more than a lot of people did. You know, there's a lot of rap. There's a lot of singers out there. There was a lot of singers back in the days, but a lot of them never even got to a level that they even had that shit played on MTV.
Well, I don't feel like that personally. I feel what you're saying.
Like people need to hear that the come up that we did, because, like, look, we started from the bottom up. We started from nothing. We just left the major company, back to Booyah. That the album was #1 on the charts. We left it. We didn't suck dick. I left it. You left it. We didn't have nothing, and we went straight to the park, and we went straight. We tuned in, and we found a studio. We went in, and we got busy, and we did songs, and then we did it independently. We threw it out there, and people started loving it, and then a buzz was created, and from there we finally, managed to get a major deal. Now this is a big accomplishment. Like, a lot of people can't say that, bro.
Yeah. Well, for me, Shorty, accolades and
let me say that, bro, because it's very important. We did that in '96. That was unheard of in Germany. A black group black people trying to come up or coming up independently like that.
Yeah, but Shorty, I did that already in 91, 92. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Saying. That's what I'm saying, and that's a big accomplishment, and that's something, you know, the people need to hear, because they don't ever heard it from nobody else. Nobody even spoke about that. You know what I'm saying? And I think it's definitely dope.
Well, we should make a separate show. We should make a show actually about that.
Money White might didn't work out for us like the way it's supposed to do, but can nobody take away what the fuck you did, my G? You know what I'm saying?
Well,
and it's the same on me. We ain't even talked about the hustle yet, what we doing right now. But you know, we definitely influential in the city here, you know, in the country. And yes, you're right. There's a lot of black people. We not getting our credits, and they ain't trying to involve us in the business. And some people trying to block us and stuff. Yeah, it's a fact. But still, we still alive, and we stay here. We still spitting.
Indeed.
See what I'm saying? And when you really ask the underground know what time it is, because a lot of people seen it. A lot of people seen where we came from, what we did. They might forgot, but deep down they know exactly who juiced up the city back in the days in Hamburg. You know what I'm saying? Like, it had to be us. Definitely
because I was from that generation, that other generation, and you was from the next generation. You understand what I'm saying? And and the thing about it, we were linked up between two generations, doing it on both sides.
Yep.
And my thing is that I never personally cared too much about gold records and accolades and I always just wanted to, make sure that what I did, I get a prop for, because I ain't never begged nobody for no record deal and never will. You understand? When I made my shit, they always came to me. You know what I'm saying? Want to make deals with me to sell or whatever. And I was like, okay, we can partner up and do the thing. You know what I'm saying? I never asked nobody for no freaking record deal. So the point is that, we was like you said, it was like a blackball thing. Because if we would have really had the strength that we really was entitled to, that we deserved, it wouldn't have been the whole scene when it came down to hip hop period over there would have been totally different. The whole landscape. I
don't think it would have been different. It would have been just, we would have been a part of the success. That's pretty much it. And we probably would have had influenced other black people to come up.
Shorty, that would have made it different. That would have made it different.
That definitely made a difference, that's for sure.
You know what I mean?
Back German hip hop, I mean, like I said,
there's no such thing as German hip hop. It's German rap.
I don't want to say it's a bad thing. Like, when you think about it nowadays it's definitely well established, and the production is out there, and a lot of people involved in getting paid, and a lot of more foreigners coming in now and taking over, and you see a few more black faces in it. It's still not a lot, and it's still like you said, it's still blackballing going on 100%. But yeah, we just gotta rise up. We just gotta stick together a bit more and know the business a bit more. And
business and everything. Business and everything.
All shit, because you don't.
Well, when I got there, Shorty, I'm trying to tell you, when I got there, as far as production wise, I had already a record label and already had a gold record when I already was dead. So the point is, I already knew the business. You know what I'm saying? And I already put mine down. But the point is that that was done in 1990. And the point was from I had 5-6 years already work that I already put in and did all of that. You know what I'm saying? But the point is that while doing that, I didn't ask nobody for nothing. And the point is that I'm not asking nobody for nothing. I'm just very passionate about this, because what we did is what we did. And nobody can take that away from us. But don't turn your freaking face around. I'm talking about, the whole hip hop scene in Germany, and don't say that we ain't had nothing to do with it.
Act like you don't know. Don't act like you don't know who we are.
Don't act like you don't know who we are. You know what I'm saying? We are your forefathers. You know what I'm saying? I am your forefather. And the point is if you like it or not, You know what I'm saying? The music that you doing ain't got nothing to do with German hip hop. It's called hip hop. And that, as soon as you learn that, the better off you is. You know what I'm saying? You can rap in German rap all day you want, but the thing is, it's still our blueprint. You can't take that for yourself unless you acknowledge us.
And it's still a black man culture, even though a lot of people are involved. You know, everybody can do it. And like I said, there's no borderline, there's no color line there, but you have to respect it at least for that. You have to at least acknowledge it. If you do hip hop, you're supposed to have a little love for black people. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you know what's going to happen?
Black people, then it's kind of like that's an oxymoron. But you know, it is just how you call it, a reflection of how the world is operating. You know, it's a universal thing, man. It's ignorant people around. And
when we made it as people, we made it. Everything we do is universal. Everything we do come from us, and it goes out to the world, and people, they take it as their own because we're original people. We're the real deal. So you can't come, they can't come with that.
But bro, you gotta still, that's true indeed, and that's 100% right. But at the same time, you gotta wisen up too. You can't play victim all the time.
No, I'm not. Shorty, don't ever say that to me because I ain't never played no victim.
I'm not saying you playing victim. I say in general, you know. But we definitely have to sharpen up too, because like I said, how long a motherfucker gonna punch you in your face and you gonna complain about it? No, you gotta sharpen up.
But Shorty, isn't that what you're doing?
I'm talking about you. I'm talking about in general.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. You doing that? You shaping up? You doing your thing?
Talking about the blacks like they do. You can record on your laptop. You don't need a whole lot of stuff. So now it's the time to really step up and do great things, you know?
Yeah.
And that's something you just have to learn. And you also have to learn what the business is about. Because, you know, being creative is one thing.
Well, Shorty.
But you also got to know.
Well, Shorty, let me explain something to you. Let me explain something to you, though.
Let me just say one more thing, because that's something. And then I'm going to let you continue. Because, you know, like, people get it confused with doing music and music business. Like, doing music is one thing, but once you get yourself involved with music business, it's a business behind the music. And that's something we just have to learn more. And once we learn that more, and once we sharpen up, then we can definitely get ahead, and then we don't have to worry about all the stuff that they trying to do or don't want to do with us, because we got power.
Right.
And that we created. You know what I'm saying? Something that we can live up to.
All right. Well, let me explain
and
it
that's kind of like for instance, like Cash Money Records. You know,
but
they came up independent and with business, and they got it popping. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but let me explain this to you, Shorty. Yeah. I have to tell you this: it's different in Germany compared to America. In Germany, it's like that. In America, we don't take it like that. We create our shit. You got the Jay-Z's, you got the Diddy's, you got these, you know, thousands or hundreds of us out here doing it. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about in Germany compared, you know what I'm saying? Because we don't play the victim role here. We get out there and we hustle out of our trunk. We make it happen. But the point is that in Germany, you understand? You're right. In Germany, they have to figure out the situation when it comes to the business and stuff like that a little bit more than the dudes in America because they're popping it.
I'm talking about worldwide. It's 100 million rappers, man. All from America, but it's just a few people eating. It's not whole lot of motherfuckers that's eating. There's some people eating, yes. There's a whole lot of motherfuckers that's not getting nowhere because they don't know the fucking business. And that goes.
Yeah, but that's true. That's an old story that a lot of people been saying a lot.
I'm just talking about the new generation that might going to listen in, and I don't care what color they is or where they're from, but if they want to be successful in this fucking business, what's called music business, you gotta know the fucking business.
Oh,
and
true.
That's something
you know
I
what?
have to figure out myself. Because back in the days, I was just doing music, but I never understood the fucking business. You know what I'm saying? It took me a long time to understand the fucking business. And at that time, I was probably almost too late. You see what I'm saying? I mean, now it's like a whole new paradigm. You know, when it comes to music, because of streaming and all the other stuff. But it's important that everybody understands that.
Yo, Chody, let me play you a song. Let me play you a song that talk about that then, all right? Let me play you a song about the music business so that they can understand what we're talking about. You know what I'm saying? This is from one of my albums back in the day. Check this out.
Yeah, man, cool.
Hold on for a second. Let me pop that up on you.
That want to be in the music industry,
Yeah.
aka the music business. Listen closely. Check it. Yeah, what's good? This track is for all the people
Wonder if I
that
can-
want to be in the music
I'm gonna play that
industry,
joint.
aka the music
Oh,
business.
hold on. Let me take the
Listen
headphones out.
closely. Check it out. So I heard
All right, you ready? Let me play that for you.
Oh, go ahead, bro. I thought you were already playing it. I can't hear nothing from here. But
this track is for all the people that
bust that
wanna
out,
be in
man.
the music industry, aka the
Can you
music
hear it?
business. Listen closely. Check it out. So
No,
I
I
heard
don't
you
hear
want to be in the music business, making records, names, and lights, living the life.
It's coming
Tour
on.
bus in the club
But
with
anyway.
the band and the fans, record label, publishing and advancements, management making deals when it's scream, platinum and gold on the wall, living a dream. Download on iTunes, millions of streams. First class,
take
tenant,
that.
windows, chauffeurs and limousines, name brand clothes, red carpet award shows, backstage chilling with stars blowing your nose. Top notch groupies with their name on the guest list. Number one on Billboard chart, straight with the bullet. All eyes on you, watching everything you do. $1 million homes that you never be in, cause you're going nightlife every night. Hit the road, do it again. Are you absolutely sure you want to be in the music business? Listen. Music business rule number 101. Get a lawyer and somebody to represent you. There's a lot of sharks in the game. Heed my advice, trust no one. Everybody loves you, baby, when you're on top. Radio and magazines, one sound bites and drops. Interviews, no, I'm chilling by the swimming pool. Sponsors sending free stuff. Can you sell it? Yeah, cool. Sending you a box of every color and case. Plus TMZ and every model chick wanna taste. Sex, dress, and hip hop, you're making up the rules. Now the record label only want Naga selling tunes locked in the golden cage. Can't come out to play in a state-of-the-art studio tucked away. Leaning on your fame, bill it to your name. You'll pay it back with your next album, gold and platinum. It's been a minute since you dropped the drum with heat. Now the competition's waiting for you to flop so they can eat. Gotta stay low, out of sight, gotta weather it. Are you absolutely sure you wanna be in the music business? Listen, make sure you understand every contract you sign. When it comes to you and your name brand, understand that you are responsible for your copyright and publishing. Now your new album came and it's not critically acclaimed. 2-star review, big flop, sitting by your name. To promoters paying less cause it's not a mega hit. Remember all the bills, now they coming for the kill for real. Model chicks gone, you're left in all alone. Creditors calling and the banks got you home. New kids on the block, real hot, sitting in your old spot, doing better than you on the charts. Just lost a sponsor, management teams and monster royalties been falling for the past few quarters. Fans move on to the hottest and newest songs, ready for the interviews, just to put you on. Magazine, radio, TV, now the newspapers, they ain't taking your calls, they ain't hearing you, yo. Back when you started hard fall, can't believe this. Are you absolutely sure you wanna be in this music business? Listen, remember, this is a business. The record labels don't love you, they only want profit, they only want to see numbers. And if that ain't happening, you getting dropped. I recommend that you make it happen on your own. Build your own label. Go for yours. Go for yourself.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure that came through. So you still there, Shorty?
yeah, man.
All right.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, so you know what I'm saying? So I think we got a lot out. So I'm sure that we can get something popping on another interview. I know I was passionate and everything about my situation, but that's how I'm always going to be when I'm on.
Oh, it's all love with me.
Yeah, I'm always going to be, you know, you already know how I am,
I mean,
man.
you lied. Like what you said, you didn't lie about nothing. It's not like you was trying to get your point across and trying to tell them some bullshit. Like what you saying is true.
Yeah, indeed.
So I understand where you're coming from.
Yeah, I'm passionate about, you know, our culture.
Like I said, I'm a part of that too. I went to the same fire. You know what I'm saying? I went to the same bullshit. Still go through the same bullshit.
Yeah.
But you know, we're gonna talk about what we're doing right now and what my label was about and what I had to do to get my name out here. But we're gonna talk about that on a different interview.
Yeah.
But no, I hear what you're saying, bro. You know, speak the peace, speak your peace, and
Yeah.
It's
How long it's been?
no.
How long it's been since I spoke my piece? Over 20-something years, man. You know what I mean? It's been a long time.
It's too heavy. We never really spoke about that in public. Like,
Nah,
really
we never
like
did.
that.
Nah, never did. But
Yeah, man.
I'm thankful for the opportunity, man. That speaking to you about
And all the
it.
listeners out there, check out the music. Check out Eric IQ Gray.
IQ Inc. IQ Incorporated, the album, The Vinyl Call. You know what I'm saying? 1992, 93, Snakes. You know what I'm saying? You know, the other album, Poor Righteous Teachers, Holy Intellect, Butt Naked Booty Bless. You know what I'm saying? Time to Say Peace. You know what I'm saying? Hardcore, Eric IQ Gray. You know, all that. You know, we even went into a little funky rap music and stuff like that, soul music, because, you know, I feel like since nobody can tell me I'm faking nothing, because that's our music. Funk music is our music. Soul music is our music. So who the heck can tell me what type of style of music I can do, as long as if it's part of my culture and my genre? That's my music. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, we got catalogs of music. Independent catalog music. ShortLord got catalogs of music. He got lots of music, you know what I'm saying, albums and stuff like that. We own all the rights to our music. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
On all the masters. All the productions.
All the masters.
Independently.
Exactly. So anybody talking all that, man, they can kill it.
We saw units of CDs, a whole heap of CDs, but we're gonna talk about the hustle sooner or later.
Yeah, we're gonna get together. We're gonna talk about that.
Yeah. And yeah, check out my man Eric. He definitely got a whole lot of stuff on CD Baby or Instagram, not Instagram, Spotify, same as myself.
Yeah, I even got my own boss.
For music, ain't it? That's what the shit is about.
Yeah, I'm my own boss.
Music is universal, so your mind state also supposed to be universal. So nothing wrong with doing. Just do what you love and respect it. You know, and that's the thing. That's pretty much what you probably was trying to say in this conversation here, cause get all the hatred, man. This is show some fucking love, man. You know, right. Love has been given to you. Why can't you just return the love and give it to, you know, and get some love back, or show some love to? You see somebody's talented out there, give them some support. You know, like don't boycott them motherfuckers just because you can rap better than you, or you look better than you, or whatever the reason is for you to hate on it. Unnecessary, because it's, you know, like you said, it's hip hop. Hip hop is universal. Hip hop is black, but
it came from us. Hip hop music came from us, and we set the trends, and we set it out into the world and made it universal. That's what we did. That's what we do with everything.
That's the law. That's the law we gave, or the forefathers, you know, like Kool Herc and them gave to the world. You know, it's like it's love. It's not about hatred. It's like, look, you don't give a fuck who you is. As long as you respect the culture, you can do it. You know what I'm saying? And that's the same thing the others got to do over here or something.
But you already
like,
know.
Show some fucking love. Because, you know, at once upon a time, somebody showed love to you, you know, and do the same thing. All that bitterness, because it is bitterness. You know, I have nothing from it if I have to boycott somebody's path. You know, it don't brings me no prayer. You know what I mean?
Indeed.
So I'll leave it at that right now. But yeah, bro, definitely a good convo. I'm gonna listen back in and see what this shit was about. You know, it's like Indeed. The first thing, so we just.
Well, let me put the last word on it. Planned.
But yeah, Eric IQ definitely speaking the truth. You know, ShortLord, y'all gonna hear my truth real soon.
Yeah, indeed.
Yeah, check out the Prophet Empire. Check out let's check out the music. Check out the movies we do. We did a couple movies too.
Indeed. That's what I'm saying. There's a lot of stuff, man, that we did that we can't even speak upon in one, you know, setting. We got to make a whole something for that. You know what I'm saying? Just even speaking about the movies alone, and you know what I'm saying, the records alone and everything. My main goal was out here just to let people know that, you know, a lot of them got caught up in the matrix. You know what I mean? And it ain't all what you see and what you hear and it seems like ain't really what it is. You know what I'm saying? It ain't the truth. You know what I'm saying?
I'll say it like that. The German hip hop is probably the origin of it is probably darker than you think it is. You know what I'm saying?
Matter of fact, I keep saying to you, Shorty, the word German hip hop don't exist. It's German rap.
But
it's called hip hop.
Don't be caught up on that. Don't get caught up on that shit. You hear what I said?
What's that?
I said the rules of German hip hop is probably darker than you think it is.
Oh, I thought. Okay, I get what you're saying.
You know what I mean? And you know that's what they just don't want to tell you. It's definitely a lot of black people involved, or used to be involved. Even remember back in the days when you went to a studio, it was always a black dude in there.
Yeah, when I first came, bruh, you know what I'm saying? When they needed a rapper to do certain parts, who did they call? They called me. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Just to do like commercial joints so I can make some money. I was the one in the studio doing that shit. In the Boogie Park.
Yeah, that's what I said. They're the only ones that really showed us love, man. The rest of them, and Modern Toys. Boogie Park showed us love. And Modern Toys showed us love, bro. And of course, Booyah showed us love too, to a certain extent. You know, I don't want to say they didn't. Yes, they did, because otherwise he wouldn't have had a golden record. You know what I'm saying? So they did too.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's not too many motherfuckers. It's all good. You know, I'm about to lay down, but I think we spoke for like 2 hours now.
2 hours and 22 minutes. That's about great. That's about good.
Definitely good talking to you still, bro. You know, like I said, I didn't want to cut your fire, but you know, we just got to keep it a bit sophisticated, you know, so people don't really understand.
Man, I'm always gonna be fire,
you know?
man. I'm always gonna be fire. The main thing is like I'm coming over there in the wintertime to do a show. You know what I'm saying? So they better look out for that. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing changed. I'm doing the same old tracks and stuff like that. Probably a few new ones and stuff like that. But I'm always gonna be fire. That's the way I am, because the way I see it is like, you know what I mean? We deserve to be treated, you know what I'm saying? And we will be treated with the respect that is due to us, because I'm going to make you. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to make them do what they're supposed to do. Because I'm not going to be an ass kisser, and I'm not going to take any type of punishment from anybody, or, you know, trying to degrade me or my culture, my people. Never. I'm out. Peace.
Praise G. Word up.